Happy 420, everybody. Yay. Welcome back to NightMayr. Yes, happy 420. I don't typically celebrate, but I figured tonight, why not? And boy, am I high. Woo. Okay. I can't wear these the whole time.
Oh, no.
That was funny, though. When I first saw them on your face, I got a good laugh.
That's the funniest I'll be all show. Tonight, we have two amazing guests with us in studio. One popping his NightMayr cherry for the very first time. Comedian, friend, just an all-around badass. You can see him this Saturday, April 25th at Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie. He'll be performing with the one and only Rich Voss. Welcome to the studio. The one and only Chris Vaccarelli is here.
Thank you.
And also, you know her, you love her. Please follow her new show, The Gender Files, and follow her on YouTube and TikTok. And she's been on the show before, so you are already acquainted with the wonderful Mary Jane Murphy. Oh my gosh!
You didn't clap for me the way I clapped for you.
Yeah. It's going to be 10 now.
Sorry.
It's 420.
We're all fact. That was compelled clapping.
Wow, my hair looks really good. There is something to this showering thing. I washed my hair today. I showered. I put on makeup. I'm really bouncing back.
I'm seeing it.
You're so sweet. Speaking of, we're late. I'm going to blame Mary Jane for our tardiness today. Because
everybody's blaming Mary Jane for something today.
Mary Jane brought her daughter to the show. And I was like, well, I don't want her listening to the show. So she's in the living room out of earshot, I hope. Because I'm like, what if I just suddenly am inappropriate? Then she's going to think less of me.
The thing is, she probably would have been watching it from home. Like she's watching.
Oh, no.
She said that time when we were talking, and then I went, "Hi, Fiona." She's like, "I knew you said it as a joke, but I was like, wow."
Oh my God. She goes, imagine she's just upstairs watching this show on her YouTube, on her iPad.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh my God,
that would be so funny.
That would be fun.
I don't know how to deal with I have the 15-year-old stepson, and then I have a 2-year-old, but anything in between that, I just forget how to deal with. I'm like, do you want a juice box? Do you want a coloring book? Do you want no, she has her own iPad, so
she's good. Yeah,
she doesn't need my Disney Plus on a TV I don't even know how to turn on.
She was looking for things. She was inside. She was like, maybe a puzzle. I was like, what is it, 1978?
I know. I'm 85 years old.
Look at a puzzle.
Chrissie said maybe.
Yeah. I was looking around for a puzzle.
She was like, maybe a puzzle? I was like, she would look at it. What the hell is that?
That's the crustiest thing I've ever said. A puzzle? My other thought is that she could be our
How many piece puzzle?
200. And I was like, I don't know if she can handle that.
She know what I'm laughing so hard, but she probably would have been like, yeah, I'll do a 200-piece puzzle.
Yes,
she always surprises me with the things that she'll be willing to do.
At the end of the episode.
But the thing why she came, because she stays alone all the time, as I was saying, but she said she just came running out crying, and she was like, I just have a really bad feeling. I just got a bad feeling. And
she's not a psychic.
We do have intuitions in our family.
Okay.
And so I was like,
psychic.
there's a couple times I had a bad feeling with my mom, and I called her at work. One time there was glass that broke that would have chopped my mom in half.
Wow.
And I just got this, and so I was just like, I'm just gonna get in. I don't have time for this. Just get in.
I'm gonna later ask her when the weather is finally gonna get warmer again, because I'm annoyed. I brought the shorts out. Now it's freezing here in New York again.
Not right,
I can be like,
lottery.
Hi, child. Who murdered my dad?
Our psychicness is more just a random thing. We'll just I remember when I was in 11th grade, we went to lobby for BOCES, in Westchester, since we're talking about Westchester.
BOCES, right. I always thought BOCES were for losers that were not going to finish high
Bobos,
school.
right? But it's a whole technical program. You can become a licensed hairdresser.
Because I was taught that
you have to plumbing. They have
my
auto
boomer
mechanics.
parents were like, you have to go to college or you're nothing. You're like a garbage person. And then, but now it's the people in the trades that don't have debt that are making all the money.
And that went for free in high school, so you can go there your 11th and 12th grade year. So anyway, we didn't want them to take away the program.
You were a BOCES?
Yeah, I went to BOCES for TV productions.
Oh shit!
We had Kathy Lee and Regis' old set, and we had
Where was this?
It's in Yorktown is where it's located, but
Oh my
all
goodness.
Westchester schools get to send a couple kids for each different program if there's people that are.
Yeah.
Wow,
I wish I went for like they even have like a nursing, like a licensed practical nurse, like they have
where you could learn how to do elder abuse and get your license in it. Here's
have
how you throw an
for the
80-year-old
teen-
into the bed.
for
Yeah.
the teen parents. They have a thing where there's early childcare there too, so you can drop your kid off and then go to technical schools like
That's
mechanics, hairdressing. So and you have to take parenting classes that they have there. It's a really cool program. So it's in Westchester.
And who's watching the kids? The kids in BOCES that are learning how to be daycare workers?
Yeah,
have a couple Somalis in it.
with teachers. No, it's all white kids.
Oh, how refreshing.
I went to haircutting school.
What?
Yeah, I owned a salon.
Did you go there to both?
You
at both?
owned a salon?
No, I went to Westchester Beauty School.
But you're a man and you're not gay.
There was 5
That I
guys
know.
Were
there.
you a barber? What are you doing?
4 gay guys and me.
What?
Good money in that.
And all the
Could
girls
you,
wanted
like,
to know
right
if you were
now?
gay, so
Right now, could you
like
cut my hair if you had to? Would you know what to do? Could you do layers? Could you do bangs?
Yeah.
Could you do a wolf cut? Could you do an ombre? Could you do
ombre.
Yeah, ombre with the, like, hair
dying.
color
Never
thing.
mind. I didn't introduce Chris to you. Okay, Chris is a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, yes, you did.
We've yeah, okay, all right. Maybe
She's
the
high.
chat is. Maybe I'm sorry, guys. I'm so high right now. And remember, if I don't make any sense, it's because it's 4:20. Wow, I have known. Well, I've known both of you a long time, but I feel like I've known Chris longer.
12.
When did we first meet? Because you're like born and raised Westchester person,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think the first time must have been. Oh my God.
What color hair did she have when you met her? When you first met her, was it always?
Oh, it had to have been red
Yeah, it was
because
always.
So I met you when it was your blonde hair.
oh my God,
Remember?
right. But I did not know you existed.
I know,
like
but I knew you
I didn't acknowledge
Me and
you.
Chrissie, we did podcast. We did all
yeah.
that shit.
I'm just saying.
We did shows.
No, this is where I come off like an absolute cunt. Is like Mary Jane knew who I was, and I just like she didn't come up. I didn't just register as a person. Like I didn't even.
After I
wasn't
saw you,
aware
like
of
I
her.
just like found you and was like, I just like started getting in touch with you just right then. I was like, oh,
Right. Oh my God. I'm a terrible person. So Chris, I think you started working with my husband Frank because
Right.
he used to book a lot of shows in
Lots of
Westchester.
shows. Great. Yeah.
He booked at Lucy's in Pleasantville. He booked at there were so many
Lucy's was
rooms.
great.
nice spot.
Oh God,
Yeah.
because what's his name was living around there. DePaulo used to
Nick
pop
DePaulo?
in to do all the shows.
Yeah.
He used to come and make fun of me for being fat. I'd be like, oh, that's great.
Because there was nobody
It's like-
really
oh, that's awesome.
booking like quality and New York City grade level shows in
Yeah.
Westchester until he
Well, think of all
started
the
it with his
people.
partner.
Think of all the people that are now big. You know, when I look at some of the old posters of the shows we did, there was lots of people.
Can we pull
that-
up the flyer for the old Heckler show, Matt? This is what year was this?
Jesus.
Louis J. Gomez.
This was okay. This had to have been 2015 because this was before just by that headshot alone.
I started in 14.
I started in
think.
11 or like 10 or 11.
I was 45 years old when I started.
I love that. I love
Kevin
that for
Brennan.
you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this was before the whole trend started of like really number one crowd work. That was not really a trend.
This was at a contribute.
And
Do you
this
remember?
was before like the whole Steve Hofstetter trend of having like an audience plant and having like hecklers
this
planted
was
and
totally like you just told the crowd to just go crazy.
yeah, and this was like a specifically branded heckler show,
Yes.
which I think would scare the shit out of most comics. Most comics would not want this. I think a lot of comics don't do like any crowd work.
Yamanika had a big talk with me that night. She's like, how long are you doing this? I was like, 8-9 months. She was like, what? Get the...
Really?
'Cause
Was she
she was
hitting
like-
on you?
No, she was just... No, I became... I brought my kids to see her shows.
She's
Yeah,
hilarious.
She was great.
Yeah.
Funny.
And she was just like...
She goes
what-
off the rails sometimes, but
Yeah.
She was like, that shit that you did, you can't learn that. You can't learn
Wow.
to, like, get back at hecklers. That place was at a...
This was at was this at Lucy?
By the way, it says
No,
three
this is at Stand Up New York.
drink minimum should be. Of course, that was
That's
the first thing
that
I was
was so
like,
much
3
fun.
drink minimum.
That was our podcast. The one I started with Frank. Like we started dating November
Drinking
of
problem
14,
amount.
and then the next year, like 15, it was like
Do you remember the
we started the
last
podcast.
show of all time of 3 drink minimum?
no. Were you on it?
It was me and you.
just
That was it.
Just us?
Yes, when JC didn't show up and we trashed him for like 3 hours.
Was Frank there?
No, it was me and you. That's it.
Gosh.
And what's his name?
Versus the
guy.
world.
That was it. It was supposed to be me, you, JC finishing off the show, and then he didn't come. And we just shit all over him the whole time.
I'm gonna have to start taking magnesium again. I have to take brain pills because I completely forgot about
See,
it.
I
I'm a
remember
little
shit like that, but
concerned,
I don't know
quite
my kids' birthdays.
But here's the thing. I don't remember like the last 3 drink minimum show. There's a lot I don't remember, but you know what I do remember? Old choreography from high school cheerleading. I remember everybody's birthday in my family. I remember
nothing from high school.
yeah.
That's why you're just like, let's have a positive spin. Let's talk about what I do remember. These are the
remember-
things I know.
all of the animals, what sounds they make. But this was a great show. Yeah, it was JC Knows Best, who we started 3 drink minimum with. There's me. There's Louis J. Gomez, Carrie Cadet.
What a lineup.
Well, so many of these people would never speak to me again because they're so liberal.
Wait, where is Gino? Is Gino's picture on this flyer?
Carrie, Yamanika.
Oh, he's at the top.
Gino still uses this headshot to this day.
This is the legitimate.
I was like, wait, where's Gino? I don't see. I didn't recognize him.
Yamanika
My headshot they
probably.
used, that was me at
Kevin
the gym.
Brennan also looks
That's a
crazy.
selfie. You look like you probably took that with a flip phone.
I was at the gym. That's a gym picture.
That was your
Somebody throw it.
headshot.
Everyone else has a headshot.
Your headshot looks like you're about to go to a glory
I was
hole.
only doing it not long.
His headshot looks like just like a bank photo, like when they take your picture, like or like a bowling
This is
photo.
what they take before you get on an airplane. They just
Yeah,
go like,
this is
oh,
like one of those-
year. I didn't even know,
right. You didn't know that you were gonna like be about it.
I didn't know I was gonna
Kevin
be
Brennan
like
also
that.
extremely old headshot.
Yeah, he looks
doesn't like me
he's
now
30 in
either.
that picture.
Yeah. Oh my
Don't
god.
Did you say he doesn't like me now?
No, he
No,
doesn't
I know, yeah,
like
it's in the
me.
Dabbleverse, right?
Yamanika doesn't like me. Carrie probably would never.
I've tuned in
talk
to a few of her lives, and she sometimes goes crazy on white people.
She's probably, I think
she goes
she's
wild
super
on
racist towards white people.
Yeah, yeah.
and very
Well,
liberal.
you remember
I know she might have been cool to you, but maybe white women. She doesn't like white women.
JC when he brought me up. I went right before Yamanika went last. I went before her, and JC brought me up. And remember, the crowd needed like a little jump start, so he made some joke about me, and everybody was laughing. I was like, "Oh, listen, don't worry about it. I don't take anything JC says seriously. We're good friends. We go way, way back. My great great grandfather owned his great great."
Yes, that's awesome. And you were like way bigger, right? Like you've lost so much weight.
Oh yeah.
Since you
That's why I
started
don't recognize you.
comedy.
It's funny.
How much did you weigh at your most?
Oh my God, who knows? Probably almost 4.
And now you're what, like
Now I'm like
150?
140.
You lost a whole human being.
I'm like 143, I think. Something like that.
Now you like probably way less than I do. Yeah, this was a great show.
Yeah, this was unbelievable.
Also, do we have that other flyer, Matt? I think that other flyer was that from. Oh my god! Oh, this is your show that you're doing at Laugh It Up.
Yeah.
This Saturday, everybody.
See, I put
That's Rich Voss healing you.
Stormy Daniels in there.
Oh, poor
little
Stormy. Stormy was when one of not to toot, I will toot Frank's horn. Another venue he booked at was like this like steakhouse in White Plains called
remember
The
that?
Prime, and this was like opening weekend. We got like I was hosting and Stormy Daniels was doing a spot because this is when she was kind of dabbling.
She was going.
in comedy, but I had met her through like a couple of like AVN events or something. Either that was the first time I saw her. I don't know. We either became friends after the Frank's show or it was like vice versa. But like she's actually extremely down to earth and very funny. And
She's got to have charisma.
I don't know if
I'm
she's
guessing.
doing it like appearances like that anymore. But yeah, so fun.
You know, I worked for, well, not personally, but I worked construction after high school, and we did all the Trump buildings. I basically saw him like every day.
Really? Yeah. What's he like?
He's big.
Tall?
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Large?
Yeah.
Was he eating McDonald's?
No, he had like a little dandruff, I could say.
Oh boy.
This was like, wow, late 80s.
What?
Trump, you're talking about?
Yes. And you know what's really
I hope
crazy
the
is that
Inquirer is listening. Trump has dandruff.
So he was still a Democrat at that time.
Yeah, no, he was like,
which
yeah.
was what the Republican Party is now.
But I'll never forget this. Way back then, he used to bullshit to all of us and hang out, and he was like, China's gonna own this country one day. He used to say it in
He was
fucking
right.
late 80s. Late
Wow.
80s. He was like, China's gonna own this country, blah, 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 blah. And something like that, you know, everybody could think what they want about him, but one thing he does take people's, like, my father was the general foreman, concrete. So Trump was with all his boys and they wanted to dye the concrete on the sidewalk. Well, they were asking my father. They were
Dye
like,
it? Why?
Like, make it a color by Trump Towers.
Like
We were
gold or something?
Yeah. We were doing Trump Towers. So they were like, can we dye the thing? So my father's like, you can, but you're going to need more than one truck. And then it's hard to get the dye. And he goes, I wouldn't do it because if you ever have to replace it, he goes, it's going to look like shit.
You'll never match it again. Yeah.
My father said Trump looked at all his boys in the suits. He's like, you guys are Jewish. This guy's Italian. Scrap the color. They go open their books. And that was it. That was good enough for him.
He listened to your.
He listened.
Yeah, it makes
Because he was
sense. That's
Italian.
great.
Yeah, that taking his word that he's the concrete guy.
The Italians, for young people watching this show, the Italians used to be the Mexicans of this country.
Yeah.
So
Italians.
all the hard labor, they built the Kensico Dam, they built many of the buildings in New York City.
I worked on all the Trump buildings. I did Zeckendorf Towers.
Wow.
Zeckendorf Towers on 14th. That's like a freaking whole square block.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you up on like, I'm just thinking of that old timey construction photo where everyone's sitting on the.
Heights don't bother me.
Wow.
Did a lot of, okay, so I know this about construction workers now is true, that like construction workers tend to like prostitutes and like that.
What?
That profession.
Where is this coming from?
Because I've heard so many construction, like it's a thing.
Fine, like, I mean,
So where there's like a high quantity of the people that use them and talk about using
Construction
them.
workers are virile, Mary Jane. They're constantly hollering at people as they walk by.
So
they used to have binoculars.
can you
and spy on
confirm or
people.
Really?
Yeah. No, I can't.
peeping Tom?
Yeah, they used to look through. You know, they used to look. through the
Wow. I didn't think
buildings.
people did that.
One lady used to get naked, and all the cats would lay all over. Her.
What?
They would look. They would be. Yeah. They are horny guys, but I did.
What
it right
is it
after
about
high
construction
school.
workers
So I
all
was
being horny? Is that like
Yeah, what that? Yeah,
because it's a
that's
physical job, so like you're probably in decent
Get
shape.
some
to do
testosterone
it.
pumping through the.
like old
Testosterone is
degenerate
flowing.
Italian guys.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
the blood is flowing. You're using your
You
hands.
learn all the dirty jokes.
Yeah. It's probably like any blue collar job.
Yeah.
I think there's a higher
You're
amount
more
of them.
sexual.
I don't know about the
Yeah, they're more
prostitution
sexual.
thing because I never.
So they didn't
Yeah,
talk
but
about
a
it.
safe
They didn't
answer.
talk about things.
I was kind of young. I was right out of high school, and I think I worked like 5 years. Then I opened up the hair salon.
The
I
hair
went to
salon.
school.
From construction to hair salon.
Where was the hair salon?
It was in Pleasantville.
What was
It's
it
still
called?
there.
What was it called?
It's on
But you
Wheeler
sold- but you
Avenue.
sold it?
La Barberia.
La Barberia.
Yeah, it's on Wheeler Avenue. It's still there.
I didn't know this about you.
Yeah. I did
So was
a
it
lot of-
barbershop mostly, or was it?
Yeah.
'Cause
What
I
it,
could see you doing well with that.
what it was we opened it up as a barbershop, and then people would just be like, "You don't do women's hair?" And we'd be like, "Yeah, all right." And we hired a couple of girls, and then we started with the perms and the color, and just
How did you start comedy?
That was holy shit. My mother died, and I was like 45 years old. And I always write the scripts and all this, I like
Movie
to write.
scripts, yeah.
So one day I was just thinking like, why don't I just write my own shit and like try and do stand up? You see all
Wow.
these people try it.
Who did you look up to any other comics or watch a lot of comedy?
Oh yeah, I watched my mother. That's why I'm saying after my mother died, because my mother
was holding you
to-
back.
No, my mother put me down. No, Richard Pryor. My mother was crazy. She liked all the black comics. Richard Pryor, Red Fox. So I grew up, with a dirty mouth, and I always thought to do it. And then a friend of mine I worked with was doing the contest for Glenn Miller.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, can I get on that? Because I figured if I don't do it when a friend's on, they'll never do it. I'll never do it. So I caught him at a good time.
So your first show was a contest?
Yeah, and I came in third.
Not an open mic. Wow, and you came in
contest.
third.
Yeah, it was a
Out of how many
contest.
people?
Contest was your
lot.
open mic.
And it was at Rudy's.
wild. That's
Was
a
that
good
Rudy's?
story.
Was that Rudy's? Up Central?
Lucy's? No,
Up
yeah, it
Central.
was.
Rudy's?
You're like-
Upstate?
No, it was up Central Avenue.
Can you imagine losing to someone that's their first
No,
night?
you know who won? Chris Robinson.
Oh, wow.
Only because he made like a stupid crack at Glenn Miller.
Okay.
Glenn Miller told me years later that that's the only reason I
Glenn
gave it
Miller,
to him.
Satan's
Oh,
Coven.
he was a judge?
Yeah, he was one of the judges.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, that's so interesting. And then after the contest, did you start doing open mics?
No, then I think my
Paid shows only.
you know,
Paid shows, yeah.
no, it was great because
Paid comic right from the
Rudy's
start.
was pretty packed.
Was that in Younger?
Yeah, in the Hartsdale, I think.
Okay.
Up Central on Hartsdale. Because Glenn Miller bartended there.
Right. I think he still does.
Yeah. No, it's closed now. Rudy's. He still bartends, but you can ask him when he
He
comes
has a
in.
key. He lets him. He's lost his mind. He's still bartends there. It's closed down.
Yeah. So then I came in third. So I was like, I'm the next Richard Pryor. That's it.
So you started doing
Dreams of
blackface.
grandeur.
Then I did the friggin' bar in Yonkers that Joe Conklin always did the shows at. Barney McNabb's.
Right.
It was a Joe Conklin show. And I didn't know, how bar shows suck and there was no credit. They're watching the game.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
get
they're
Joe
not paying
Conklin to
attention.
come on an episode. And he's like, it's like pulling teeth.
He was so talented, but he loves the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I thought it was going to be he loved crack. I did not know where
He
that
loved
story. I did
crack
not know where
more
that
than-
story was
more
going.
than
I thought it was
comedy.
like, oh yeah.
So
it's
at
a
Barney
shame
McNabb's, I
what
bombed.
happened to him.
I did it was a rainy night. I was
Bomb.
like,
That
Bombing.
makes sense.
More
You,
like
you kill it your
bombing
first time and then you
McNabbs.
bomb after that, right?
I made a great Kim Kardashian joke.
Did you hear that I said Bommy McNabbs? I feel like that didn't register with anybody.
I didn't hear it.
Never had a good show at Barney McNabb's. I don't know why.
I
didn't
love
like
how you
that
said you did a
venue.
great Kim Kardashian joke. You're still defending that second show that
You're
you
very,
did.
I can't remember a thing I said, even on my last show, let alone my first show.
Still bothered by it.
It was wet out. Dan, I was like, I know it's damp.
You know the weather.
Yeah. So that was the joke. I was like, it's wetter than Kim Kardashian's pussy at the BET Awards or something. And it was like
okay.
crickets.
Classic.
Yeah, it's kind of cringy. I feel like.
Classic white girl loves black guys joke.
Yeah. You're like,
So
this is a great joke.
then you're doing okay. So what year is this that
Then
you
Frank
started?
was the third. Then Frank, I guess.
So I'm guessing it was 2014,
Adopted you.
2015.
Yeah, 2014. It's I think
2015,
April.
okay.
Like now, April 24th.
Spring is a great time to start a stand-up career because there's hope in the air. And then if you make it through the winter, then okay, you really could do this.
Right.
You're hanging in there.
Obviously.
I started, I think it was April or May of 2013.
When did I start? Actually, I think I started in March. Maybe it was March of either 2010 or 2011. Maybe it was 2010.
What sucks is I lost all those years though.
What do you mean
I
lost
lost
them?
a lot of years. I took care of my dad. I had to
That's
stop.
not losing years. That's you being a good person, doing what you have to do.
I was saying I lost years from comedy because we were all nice. We were going great.
Oh, you started and then you stopped?
Right? Yeah. We were doing great. I remember my shows. I had a list to show you. We're doing, and then I stopped.
For how long?
So when did you stop?
I stopped for 2 years to take care of my dad, and then he died right before COVID. So then I was another year. So that's 3
Right.
years. And then I think I waited another year, and then now I just came back. But I do a couple shows here and there. That's all.
The fact that you even most people would not even have come back at that point.
It's
Well, you
harder.
missed. I
to-
feel like it's a part. It's
you miss it.
heroin,
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
harder. It's harder when you do 3
get out of
shows
the
a
loop.
year.
Oh yeah.
Like this show Saturday, all new stuff. Where do I work it out?
Steve Mason's show in the city. I was just there.
Yeah.
Before I did my last show, I went there a few times.
I'm lazy.
in Wappingers, I think there's an open mic on Wednesday nights.
There's a good one by me on a Monday. I usually go, to that. There's a very good one, but I think I went 2-3 times. But
It was a very special moment in time, the whole Westchester comedy scene.
Yeah.
And it once I realized I think I was not that I was stuck up about it. At first I was hesitant to come out because I'm oh, I didn't know. And I was afraid to get on a train. But I think a lot of people that are just used to like the New York City, Brooklyn scene, like they're afraid. They're just like, oh God, like what do I do? But it's like Metro North like brings you right out here.
Yep.
We used to do lots of things in the city. I used to produce the shows at Broadway. Al was the best. Al always, you did the show, next day, boom, he sent you the money.
Wow.
Everything with Al was perfect. And I put on good shows. I had Gomez, Berg on a show. Those two, that's crazy.
So where would you? So you produce a show, which is really smart to do when you're like just starting stand up, because that's how you meet. I mean, like when you can give out spots to somebody, that's very valuable. Then people will put you on their shows. What was it? The ladies of the ladies of Chris Vaccarelli or something like that.
I had the hat.
Oh my
freaking
gosh.
cane, the chain.
So you do know stuff about prostitutes.
The construction worker in
I had a bunch on the show.
But
when you're just starting out, like you need something to be able to offer other comics to help you network and to help you just get your reps in. Like if you're getting in that practice hosting a show, and then you're getting in the practice of like producing and booking, and it's
I hate hosting.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate hosting.
I just did a show last week at Gleason's in Peekskill.
Why do you hate hosting?
I don't know. I just hate it, right? Don't you hate hosting?
I don't hate
I like
it, but
hosting.
it's the fact that you have to warm up the crowd. So like you have to be able to go through that period of like where they're not.
You're like partially a cheerleader / hype man. You can't just be like all about your set. You have to be
you can
really in tune with everybody, where everybody's at, and try to like just get everybody up. And then sometimes it's more about that than I have these jokes.
But producing your own shows there's the money there though. So it's like versus getting nothing or $20.
What's hard about like producing a show is, well, at any
There's
stage,
a lot of parts that are hard about it.
just getting people there. You know, like whether you're taking up Facebook ads or
I was going crazy before the show, I was flyering cars at the at the hospital and train station. Talk about the train. I know the people aren't coming back.
Yeah,
but I smiled at every car when I put and like very gently lifted the windshield wipers in case anybody was recording me. I was like, "Hi, come to the show."
Yeah. Wow, that's fun though.
Did you ever do that? Flyer cars? Have you ever gone that far?
Not cars. I've stood out on corners passing out flyers, like in whatever city that I would perform in. Like when I was like a new headliner, I would stand on a corner like a couple hours before my own show,
because it makes a difference.
I always used to put money into the flyers and and at the time I was driving worked for the bus company. I used, they had all those advertisements in there. I used to put them all up.
So smart.
People were paying tons of money.
Or could you have the bus like break down in front of the comedy venue that you're going to perform at later and be like, gee, I don't know what's happening. Why don't everybody go inside and buy a ticket and we'll figure out.
Yeah, I used to put them up there. It was like perfect advertising.
And so
brilliant.
You start comedy, you just have like a natural knack for, I guess, like, working the crowd, and you're like, it's just like your stage presence, very charismatic, very fun. You act kind of black and you're confident.
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
You act kind of black.
Kind of black?
I mean, like you're confident. I mean, like you.
What does that say?
Now, next time I go on stage, I'll be like, am I acting black? Come on.
Is this white power or black confidence?
Oh my God. Yes, it's white power and black confidence.
But I grew up, all my favorite comics were black.
See?
Richard Pryor, Red Fox. My favorite was like Eddie Murphy, was like ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up, like I was young when he did those specials. He was like 19, 21 years old.
So you were always funny and just you did.
Yeah, I was always like a
class clown. Yeah.
But
I think we all have that little bit of that, right? That
I never.
I had a little bit of class clown. Yeah.
I wish I would have done it earlier.
Like when?
Like as a kid, and
I wish I started earlier. Even
45 years old. It's crazy.
I always wish I started at 18. That's like I wish I started right at 18.
Unless your parents are like going to float you, like the amount of people that can actually start at 18.
When
you have to like live in a specific. Well, now it's a different story. But
how old? I talked to a famous comedian about this. How old do you think Eddie Murphy was on his specials?
Started very young. He started at like what?
I think 16
is when he started comedy.
Delirious, he was 19.
Wow. which is like goes against everything I believe. Like, oh, you're not old enough to do stand up. Like, you don't have enough life perspective yet. You haven't like lived enough to be able to like.
No, I think if anybody has, I remember at school there was kids that did stand up and like they would come and do their little sets. And
wow. Yeah, that's true. That's so interesting. Well, I started at like 26. Yeah, and I still feel like I could have started sooner, but why didn't I?
I felt like I missed the boat right at 18, you know, like when I was in college, like that's when I could just have done it so easy without having to worry about.
I was just doing improv and I didn't see it as a career path. I was just like, oh, this is fun. And I have like a strength for this. And I was doing UCB like for years.
That's awesome.
You spend thousands of dollars on these classes. So I would have whatever day job and then I would go take whatever class starting at 7 to 9 is your class. Or maybe you go to a show after and then I would get home like late every night and like just, you like go back on the train to Long Island, drive my car back to my house and like, get in and like literally flop down, fall asleep and like barely see my parents. And then that's when I moved out, was like 26, and that's when I started stand up because I think it was like improv, one woman show, and then I was like, then I finally had the nerve to start. Because
you've been on stage, so that's a nice way to get it.
But starting stand up earlier than I did wouldn't have been good because like what would I have talked about? Like I don't know how living with my parents, like
anything could be funny.
I don't know.
Not that we love Ellen DeGeneres, but she wrote her whole first set like in her parents' basement, and then went out and did it, and boom.
But I think like you have to be getting encouragement like from your family. I think, and I didn't get any of that.
Yeah, see, my parents were like, become a doctor. We don't want you to become an actress.
I wanted to write screenplay. I wanted to be a writer, like write movies. My father was like, get the fuck out.
Yeah,
go get a job.
Get a real job.
And that was it.
And my parents were like, oh, we did not pay college. Like, we did not pay like tens of thousands of dollars for you to just like go to clown school. That's what they would call it. That's what they would call improv. Is clown school.
People that went to UCB like often do really well. So I'm surprised I didn't know that about you. Like, and I'm like, oh, see, look, another.
What I wanted my track to be was like what I saw everybody around me doing, which was like commercial auditions up the wazoo. Like, I remember I just got rejected for like every single thing. And I remember the day I realized like, maybe this is not meant for me, is like I got rejected from a herpes commercial, like no callback. And I was really broken up about it. I'm like, wait a minute, this is what
you want your
like,
face.
I literally
I didn't get a callback. I didn't get a callback. I showed them pictures and everything. I was like, I approve. No.
Look at my lip. I have herpes.
Sometimes it's a blessing that you're like, oh God, I'm so glad my face isn't attached to herpes now.
Yeah.
The herpes girl.
I could have been
everywhere on the subway.
The progressive flow lady, but for Valtrex. But I was upset that I didn't get that. It was just nose left and right, and I thought like, oh well, that will lead to maybe some kind of like acting career. And it was just like, I believe everything happens for a reason. I think like my like just steady stream of rejection was meant to like point me to stand. And everything was meant to point me to like where I'm at now. Who knows whatever this is.
I feel like rejection is so good for us. Like I feel like rejection and comedy and everything has changed me so good as a person.
The
like
movie stuff helped me with that.
What you can take, you know.
Just
it's like
you just gotta keep going.
Because if you look at the people who've never had any rejection in their life, then you'll end up like Clavicular, who I can't stop talking about.
Who?
He's like a 20-year-old.
That's why I don't know.
Influencer who he's a looks maxer. He hits his face with a hammer to try to make it grow back better, and he's on a lot of. He's on meth. He's on a lot of drugs.
He's on meth, and he's got a thing. Okay, that's going to be a slippery.
He's on a lot of drugs, but he'll say like, "I'm just looks maxing."
Does he look hot?
He looks like a cute 20-year-old.
He has all his teeth.
I wouldn't say he's like, oh my God, it's Brad Pitt. I would say like, oh, okay, he's like a better than average looking. But like for the amount of shit he does, it should be better.
Well, smashing himself in the face with a hammer. Oh yeah, he's pretty hot, I have to say.
Hot? No.
So him smashing himself in the face with a hammer is to like give him that like rugged hockey player kind of look.
I don't know.
Give him a little character. Give him or have some bumps.
How about actually play hockey? Like how about do a sport?
I couldn't agree more.
It's
or be a construction
He's
worker.
how people get
that you
lucky
could
to-
see
it's
that
crazy.
that person is obsessed with themselves though right away.
And autistic. So like went from no girls, no social skills to now just like more money, but really, and more drugs, but same thing. Like no.
Can you
social
imagine they
skills.
had this shit?
I
when
mean,
we-
meth is like crack. I mean, that's insane if he's doing meth.
I
He's
can't believe if I even had Adderall in high school, I would have been valedictorian. I would have been principal. I would have run that damn school. Like if I had just like any chemical assistance whatsoever. Yeah. Adderall was like or not even, it was Ritalin first. That was like just becoming a thing. Maybe when I was like, like late high school, college, I was starting to hear about it. But
Shit, the only thing we had was Jolt Cola.
we had Orbits. Okay. And another like cool thing that you and I were both on, Chris, was Frank's roast.
Oh my
So this was
God.
one of the early things that he
Yeah.
invited me to. Like we had just started dating, so it was like this podcast, and now like, oh, come roast me on this panel. But it was like a star-studded, it was like a star-studded panel. It was like Louis J. Gomez, Corinne Fisher. Who else was there? Was Tim Dillon on?
No, Tommy
might have-
Grossi was.
Tommy Grossi, who has since blown up on YouTube.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
big
Yeah.
what's football team does he
The
like?
Packers.
He's like Packcast, I think is his show.
Podcast. That's cute.
He's got a bajillion followers.
We text a little bit during the season. Like,
What kind of numbers is he putting up?
Ridiculous.
Oh, yeah,
He has like more than 1 million followers, right?
oh, yeah.
Wow.
Insane.
He does a
Insane.
lot of shit for charity, which is nice.
Really?
Yeah, listen, Tommy does
Must
a lot
be
of
nice.
shit.
Somebody must be making
Tommy's
enough
the man.
money.
Tommy. It was my little partner over there, remember? We used to come up with all the
Yeah.
little pictures and fuck with
Wow.
JC on the
Do
show.
you told me that you found your notes from
Yes, I did.
the roast.
Yes. Do you want to see them?
I do, and I would like you to read. I want you to read the jokes you had for me.
So was it one of those roasts where you don't know who you're gonna get?
No,
you
no.
have stuff for
You know
everybody?
the panel, and it's not like you're just writing roasts for
I
like
did
the
that.
birthday boy. You're writing roast jokes
Right,
for
right, right.
everyone
Okay.
on the panel.
Me and Grossi did the roast
Like a
masters
real
down
roast.
in the city.
Oh.
Voss was a judge.
Oh,
Jay,
wow.
all them. Yeah, I don't like those though. It's
It was
like-
I
like
for
the
those of you who
roast.
don't know, roasting was a huge trend. It was so big in the comedy scene, like 10 years ago.
Yeah, probably.
I did about 11 of those like roast master shows. They would usually be at the stand.
Yeah.
And like you really okay, let's play while Chris collects his notes. Let's play a clip of me. This is when I roast this very liberal fat lady comic named Carolyn Castiglia. And this was one of the roast jokes that I am most proud of and still think about. Yeah, this is when they were doing wow,
Still think
20
about.
I still think this is on my Glory Days reel. 20 wow, this is 2017. Hit it, producer Matt.
As you can see,
Wait, I can put the headphones
Chrissie
on.
is a ginger. I don't mean that she's a redhead. I mean guys only eat her to feel better if they're sick.
Oof. My hair was so dark.
Yeah, well,
I'll take it. Oh, I have a weird look. I'm a redhead, but Carolyn has kind of a unique look too. You know, like kind of like a walrus with Down syndrome. I was thinking that new haircut. You kind of look like one of the Beatles.
Wait,
Which-
rewind
which
it.
one is
Stop.
I was thinking walrus with that new haircut. You kind of look like one of the Beatles. Which one is it? It's Volkswagen.
Oh my
She
God,
doesn't
I love
get
that.
it.
She doesn't get it. One of the Beatles.
There's clapping. There was
And I'm watching this and
Applause
I'm
breaks.
like, oh my God. I am like so insecure. I was so not confident. I had no white power, no black confidence.
I see that.
I'm like
Definitely see that.
hugging the wall.
Yeah.
Carolyn is like basically falling off the stage. She has like
She looks like she could push you off the stage
Oh,
at
for
any
sure.
moment. She's like sumo wrestling. We're fuck this roast.
all confidence, no jokes. And I had no confidence in all
And
jokes.
jokes.
I like that top that you're wearing is giving lesbian though.
You know, I went through many.
I
Like,
didn't even know that was you when you first
I
started.
was somebody
yeah, it
who
doesn't look like
I always wore some kind of like skirt or dress on stage because mostly like I was coming from whatever day job where I felt like I
I
had to
remember you were very dressed
like
up.
look a certain way. I was always working at like in some office or like at a private school. So I didn't feel like I could just show up in jeans
Yeah.
and I wasn't going to bring extra clothes to work. Like it was enough for me to just I don't know, like kind of just.
I was on the same side as you when I did Grossi.
So you're saying you were like more like professional
Must be a
lesbian.
good
You were
sign.
trying to.
I was a professional lesbian. Yeah. Okay, play this again. I wonder if.
Is there more? Is there more roasting? So like goes back and forth, or is it that you just?
Yeah, I want to see what she says next.
Yeah. 'Cause what does she got? What does she got?
She hated me.
I do not
So you
feel
could bend down and
insulted
tie
that
your
I look like
shoes?
a car. That's fucking weird that you guys think that's funny. Oh, I'm too much for this. Okay.
Oh God.
Really?
They're laughing at it
I
again.
just want to tear down the patriarchy. You know what I mean? We're getting
okay.
TV credit, whichever. It doesn't matter.
That literally sums up most female comedians.
Okay.
I don't need to ask Chrissie if the curtains match the drapes. You can tell by looking at her face, she's the kind of bitch who would turn to her husband and go, I don't want to live in a house if it doesn't have hardwood floors.
Yeah.
I like that she would think I'd have a husband.
Too wordy.
All right.
I like. See, you bring up the line, and you're like,
Carolyn is
that's what I
like
think I have a
a bush
husband.
You would think that I'd have a husband.
More
Oh
black
my
guys have
God.
been inside than vegetables.
Okay.
You took that as a compliment.
That's good.
Wait, go back. I want to hear the
Is it
vegetable
more
joke.
black? Okay,
A
yes.
Bushwick. All right. I like it. I like. Carolyn is like a Bushwick bodega. More black guys have been inside than vegetables.
That's you have to be, Brooklyn resident.
People have trouble laughing now because they're worried she's
They go
going to
bad
assault
so
them.
quick.
Because they go bad so quick. Oh, man.
Wow.
I live in Park Slope and I like kale. Here to defy your stereotypes.
You don't look like it.
Ay, ay, ay.
Chrissie's originally from Long Island, which is why her pussy
Sorry.
looks like a bagel and smells like drunk Billy Joel.
Did you steal my bagel joke?
I remember, pause it for 1 second. I was roasting this girl, Allison Klemp, also like very liberal. All the female comics, when I started stand-up, it's like there was no female comic that was not
What's her last name?
super liberal or living in Brooklyn. Allison Klemp, and she did a joke. My mom had died in 2018 of brain cancer. She did a joke, and it ended up being too wordy. And I'm somebody who, like, I talked about my mom having brain cancer. I wasn't trying to hide it. And I'm also somebody who believes you can make a joke about anything. No topic is off limits. But like Allison made this joke about like, something like, Chrissie's mom. I remember it was at New York Comedy Club. Chrissie's mom's, the brain tumor is the thing like she's most proud of that she made with her body or something like that. She was trying to compare it to like, and I was just like,
Oh, like instead of you, I guess.
yeah, and I was like, kind of like, let's see what happens, and the crowd was just like, because it was more cruel than it was
than it
funny,
was
and you
funny,
have to find that balance of like, it's got to be more
it's
funny
funny,
than
it's
cruel.
diff-
Yeah. It did that
And I
thing.
was like, it felt good to be like, all right,
Grossi made a joke about my mother at the roast, but he called me and asked if he could. I was like, yeah, of
what
course.
a gentleman.
Yeah, well, I was like, yeah, of course, dude. Hell yeah.
Please, I just want to see if there's anything else. This is like a trip down memory lane.
She gets drunk and her pussy sings, "Give me your dong,
This
you're a
was
funny
so
man.
bad. Oh my god.
Give me your
my
dong
God.
tonight. Well, we're all in the mood to make
He's taking it way too long.
memories. Fuck my ass 'cause
Oof.
it's tight.
Oh god. This
Another
is why-
compliment. Another
this is why
compliment.
women
all
don't
sound like
like. This is why men don't like female comics.
Yeah, this is what they think.
This is the
I don't
textbook
wanna look
example.
Like a car. That's a fucking compliment.
She's back on the car
She
thing.
can't get over it.
She just said you had a tight ass though.
It stung. Ew.
She has such a good career. I'm surprised you know who she is.
Oh my god. All right. Enough of this. This was
You
funny.
hate
Wow.
I love the
roasting and
uncomfortable.
comedy.
This was high stakes though, because and
Yeah.
like, have you ever done a roast battle?
Yeah.
You prepare
I didn't do
for
11 like
weeks, sometimes months, and it's not just you. Like, you're sending your jokes to like as many people as you can. Like, what should I tighten up? What do you think? And sometimes people are giving you tips. Sometimes
You
they're like,
just need to have a few good
everybody
lines.
is
really.
getting help with their roast jokes because people, you'd be messaging, I roasted this person last month. I roasted this. Okay, make fun of this or that, or like this one has been done to death, or and it's all consuming. It's everything you can think about, and then so much pressure. And then but it's good pressure. It's like adrenaline.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Because it's
high,
like, it's this
you know.
competitive.
Yeah.
And like you put so much time and energy into these jokes, and then you do the roast, and then it's over, and it's like You can't really use those jokes ever again. Unless
Right.
you're like, oh, I have these, I roasted Carolyn, she's fat. Now I'm roasting another fat woman in a
Right,
month. Okay,
yeah.
maybe could take pieces and
Were you at the
reuse it.
roasting at Lucy's? Remember when I had to roast, what's his name? Chris Crespo? Remember the kid with the...
Oh my God, he was the cripple.
Yeah, but he was good. He almost beat, he went all the way to the end with Eli Sayers.
Elon Musk.
No.
Oh,
Sayers.
Eli Sayers. I remember,
Yeah, remember
Eli?
when he was like the champion of that?
Wow,
He went
yeah.
up against him. He made it all the way to him, but he lost.
Wow.
But I beat him at Lucy's because I didn't make fun of
You beat the cripple or you beat Eli?
No,
You beat the
the
cripple.
cripple. Because I didn't,
Make fun of his claws.
I just made
How
fun
do you not?
I don't know.
You just had to pretend he wasn't
I did
horribly disfigured.
more,
Do you want another one?
Okay.
Okay, because I can have producer Matt fetch you one. It's in his contract that he can fetch
you
drinks.
get her
if I-
daughter to do some work.
Oh, right, your daughter's upstairs still, the intern.
Yeah, but roasting's different than comedy.
It really
Some people
is.
are good comics and they're terrible roasters. Some people are good roasters and they're terrible. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
two different things.
And it's been interesting to watch Nikki Glazer's ascent to
destroyed
stardom.
it.
She's
Great.
genuinely very talented, but the machine has been pushing her and pushing
for
her
years.
for 15
Yeah,
years.
for sure.
I just remember seeing her remember Nikki and Sarah Live, which was on MTV. She has gotten more chances than anyone, and always had management, always had always been kind of an industry darling. I think
she's a ruthless roaster.
yeah, and a
She's up
great
there with the
roaster.
good ones, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really
who's
happy
your
for her.
favorite?
What do you mean?
Who's your favorite roaster?
I mean, ever, probably Patrice or what?
I don't know.
I mean, I think Norton is so good too. Voss is such a good roaster
good.
too.
There's a lot. My favorite, was Geraldo was the best.
Oh, I've never seen him perform really. I never watched his old stuff.
Go on YouTube one night and just do Geraldo roasts.
Okay.
Forget it. He was incredible.
Wow.
And DePaulo was underrated.
Can we
too.
bring up a clip of Geraldo?
No, we don't have time for that. Later.
And
And Matt doesn't know what to
Geraldo's
search
best
for.
roast joke ever.
DePaulo was very underrated
Yeah.
as a roaster. He came up with some good ones.
Wow. Basically anybody from that tough crowd era.
Yeah, tough crowd. It's amazing. What a great show.
They'll never
how could
be.
you-
It was just like lightning in a bottle. Like people didn't know what we had. How good that is and how it. Oh yeah. Of course. Jeff Ross. I don't know. I kind of I don't enjoy him.
I mean, he's
I
good.
like Whitney Cummings.
He's good at roast, but I think Geraldo was very the best.
And Hinchcliffe's
have to watch.
okay.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah. And you got to remember, I grew up with fucking the old timers.
Right. Because you're old.
Yeah.
But you don't
So
look
Dean-
it.
I saw Dean Martin roasts.
Wow.
Mr. T was on it,
my God.
Don Rickles.
Wow.
I saw Don Rickles live.
What?
I saw Sinatra.
See, why don't you look your age?
John Rickles lasted forever though.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got it. I saw him live too.
But no, I
Really?
seen him open up
And
for
I
Sinatra.
think I saw him at the Comedy Store
Wow.
in California.
Wow. Interesting. Let's go to the chat. Is anybody saying anything
Any
interesting?
super chats?
Are there any questions?
Is there any money in the chat?
Are there any super chats? Oh, Incubus Time Lord says, damn, she started dissing your mom. That means she was hating. You got under that chick's skin. I think she was just trying to be edgy. I think she was
That guy said Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe is good too, yeah.
yeah, and a really hard worker.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think
Someone said if you can't sing something, I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Geraldo's the GOAT. That's right. I'm
the
telling
goat,
you, man.
the goat. Okay, so we talked about that. Did I ever ask you your origin story, why you started stand-up?
Yeah, I think we did that.
Chat, have we covered it?
We did. I think on the first time I came on, we did.
Okay, good.
You have a good formula.
I don't want you to seem
You have a first time.
ignored.
No, I don't feel ignored.
It's 420. Are you a 420 enthusiast?
I mean, I used to be when it was illegal. It was like a big day, you know.
It was
a
more
really big
special when
day.
it was illegal. Just like when McDonald's did not have breakfast all day. It was more special.
The McDonald's I go to do not have breakfast all day, so
Okay,
that
good.
does sound special. What McDonald's has it all day that you're going to?
When they first made
I
breakfast
feel
all
like they
day,
did breakfast all day for one day. They were like, just kidding. We're not
Wasn't
doing
that
this.
long? I
it
don't know
was
why.
a moment in time.
Yeah. So
I don't
they're
know.
like,
I
no,
don't
we're going
really-
to keep it special.
I don't
10:30.
really, I don't really try to go to McDonald's at all. So, I just feel like, yeah, when something's illegal, it's more special.
It
and
was so
fun.
special back then. It was
We
like,
should do a heroin day.
that's how people also would describe them. So they probably still do, like on like Craigslist, if you were like looking for a roommate, you'd be like 420 friendly or like extremely not 420 friendly.
But like weed is such a waste of time. It like is terrible for your sperm. It's like terrible. It's like it's really not worth it. It's not.
I think it's a wonder. I think it's a wonder drug. And
Benefits don't outweigh the risk. Again, unless you're like a cancer patient or you have severe depression or some really PTSD, I would say like weed, all the hard drugs should just not be allowed.
I don't think
just-
weed's a hard drug. I think weed is an amazing
No,
drug.
weed is not a hard drug, but I just don't think it does anything for anybody beyond like cancer patients.
I mean, this could be a discussion for another day, but I could go on and on and on.
never
I was
seen
part of
anybody-
Norton National Organization reforming marijuana laws, so I spent like 11 years of my life like.
Okay, what is it? It makes
And
you lazy. It makes you and relax.
That's the old marijuana. Now they have strains for every issue you have, and they
A
can
strain for what? Cleaning your
so-
attic. A strain for moving.
Well, for like a sativa can actually make you feel more clear-minded, more inspired to write jokes, more awake and have trouble going to sleep. Like, and then there's indica, makes you feel.
Chris are you
makes you
agreeing with
conk out.
her? Are you on my
Well,
side or on
no,
her
like
side?
when we were kids, it was weed.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
it was mostly indicas, and
It
they just
was
knocked
just
you out and made you
whatever.
like
To go down
roll.
to 228th Street. Oh, somebody told me about that. We used to go down 228th Street, White Plains Road, and the Jamaicans would come, hey man, and sell you
It's
the,
like swag.
yeah, and it was just you take the stems
Whatever,
out,
it's
the
gunk.
seeds.
It's a science
Yeah.
now.
Now people pay for seeds. We used to have to take them out.
Now it's more interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to hear about because as a new Catholic, I'm very curious about you grew up in a Catholic school
Yeah, I went to Catholic school.
I went to
my whole
Catholic
life.
school too.
with a
Not my whole life, but I went to.
We're
Catholic
not going to
school,
talk about him, but you did attend school with a certain famous rapper.
too. DMX.
Yeah, I never went to school.
If Mary Jane guesses it, will you just blink?
No, I'll tell her she's right. I won't. I'll say who
A
I went
certain
to
famous
school.
rapper who's known for many bottles of baby oil.
Oh, P Diddy. Ding ding
And
ding
like
ding
had
ding
gym
ding.
class with him, like
Class of
like
1987.
the same class as him.
How was he in gym class?
He told me all these stories before we went live, but he's like, I can't talk about them.
Why?
Talking about
Why can't you talk about it? He's in jail.
Is he in jail?
Yeah, he's
still
in
in
jail.
jail.
He's got like 7 years. He's probably gonna do.
Is he really in jail? But he's probably in
Probably,
rich people
probably
jail.
gonna be out in 3 years.
This is what I don't understand about. No, he's not getting out. This is what I don't understand.
He's gonna get out.
He's probably in bougie
No.
jail though.
Trust me.
He's probably in caviar
Trust.
jail.
He's probably gonna do 3 more years. That's it.
Trust me.
Because
All right, I'll make a
They
bet with you
are
right
built-
now for $100
okay, all right,
Yeah.
that he will be
Chat,
out. So it's
we're logging
2026, 27. So I'm saying he'll be out by 2029.
okay. And you don't think he will?
Guaranteed.
They're building more. They're gonna.
Building a case,
Yeah.
but he's going to be like the next Epstein.
If you,
They're gonna do double jeopardy on him.
he got accused. I mean, he got. What do you call it?
Caught,
No, like
sentenced.
guilty of just prostitution. That's a fine. That's nothing. You're telling me with all those lawyers and shit, he wasn't able
Right.
to walk out of that fucking
Right.
place?
Right. So it must be something else.
They're not letting him out.
He was very happy with his sentence.
Yes, he was. Because the judge had told him, you want to go home. He's like, oh, hell yeah, I want to go home. Yeah. He went to his chamber. He came out. No, he ain't going nowhere. Somebody called.
So there's something else going on that has
gotta
not been
be.
made public,
It's got to be.
like sex trafficking.
Something. There's no
Pedophilia.
way. And you know who the prosecutor was?
Letitia James.
No. Comey's daughter. Who got fired after that.
Okay.
She brought a garbage case against them.
Wow.
They took guns, everything out of that house. There was not one mention of anything in that case.
There was mention of drugs. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah. There was mention of drugs. Like did you go and get him some, some, yeah. Not like all the
Well,
shit
they tried
that
to.
took from the house.
They went back, and that was one of the charges. They tried to go back and forth with the drugs, whether it was for to sell or was it for personal use, and they didn't, meet the
Right. But
they did bring it up a lot, and
you're talking about a guy who's got lawyers. Forget,
yeah, he's got all
ridiculous.
that. That's why I think he's gonna be out by 2029.
No, because he got caught. I mean, he got sentenced.
What do you think he
Found
got caught
guilty
with?
of just the prostitution, crossing state line with the.
Can
It's nothing. He should have. He should have went
Matt,
home.
can you verify that, because I'm pretty sure that that's not the case.
See, so I find it interesting that you went to high school with Diddy, because I went to high school with Amy Schumer, and people go, "Oh, was she like how she is?" Well, when she was famous today, as she was back then, and I always say no, like she was not like known. Although she was in my sister's grade, not my grade, she was older, so it's like I didn't know her to be like funny. I just knew her to be like a popular girl who was on volleyball. So
I knew J-Lo when I was in high school.
Stop it! Were they dating in high school?
No, she didn't even know him. No.
How did you know J-Lo?
Jenny from the book. She was in the Bronx.
Oh
She was
my God.
everywhere. She was.
Right.
Everyone
forget-
talks about knowing her. And
I forget-
her sister. They used to dance everywhere. Like they would just.
I don't know.
They were constantly breaking out into a show.
There was a kid I went to high school with. Oh my God, I feel bad. I don't remember
DMX.
his name. He died. No. I call that.
Notorious B.I.G.
You could probably look it up. She had a boyfriend.
Okay, that narrows it down.
No, who died. No, this is before
Avril
all that
Lavigne.
shit. This is high school times.
Did you say Avril Lavigne from Canada?
Yeah, this was
Matt,
high
did you
school.
get it?
This was high school.
What was all the things he was found guilty of?
Oh, the chat is saying, Incubus Time Lord is saying he is a CIA asset, just like Hillary Clinton. His presence in prison is to keep him safe, not free.
That's supposed.
Diddy
It
is
was
effed
only-
up the river. They got him linked up the chain gang, and he can't buy his way out, says Philip. Interesting.
2 counts of transportation for prostitution.
That's trafficking. Transportation, that could be an Uber driver.
That's not sex trafficking. What he got found guilty of, he should have been sent home and went to
So
jail
then
later.
why
Yeah, he should have been sent
why
home.
is he being kept?
I don't know. I mean, I worked for Trump. I don't know, government people, but something's
I
going
just
on.
know about gold sidewalks.
That's it. He should have been sent home. That was a bullshit charge that he got. That you or I, if
So maybe he's sung. Maybe he's told them things.
he could,
Well, there were
They're
way
using
more
him.
charges that were a lot more severe than that he didn't get
that he
convicted of.
Right. That's I know
Oh, they
that
had
that's
the
the
RICO
case.
things and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
But they tried. They tried.
it was a weak case though.
What was it like going to Catholic school?
So,
You had you told me earlier that the nuns were beating you up.
oh, when I was young, yeah, we made fun of a girl, and the nun made me kneel in front of a statue of Mary with 2 Bibles in my hands. I don't know how. Fuck.
Wow.
That's why I got bad knees now. I should-
That's why you have bad knees. Wow, that's so cool that they were allowed to like punish you like
Oh,
that.
we got hit.
You got hit.
Oh, I was
cool.
one time we got hit with the ruler.
You have to go
I
like
miss
that?
those days because I had a band
Get your
teacher,
ruler.
They would just
Mr. Schusterman,
everything.
who's our band teacher. He would hit people with erasers. He would chuck an eraser across
Yes.
the room.
I had
Big
teachers that did that.
This is a band, so it's a
Yeah.
huge room that we had to chuck the erasers to. The drummers were always acting up. He'd be like,
'Cause it's soft
"Pew!"
enough that they
and it would be like, someone would just get a face full of chalk dust, and it
had
would
a-
hurt. He'd hit people in the face.
I had a history teacher in high school who used to get the eraser and walk down the aisle, and some of the black kids, when I was going to high
Make
school,
them ashy.
they had froze. No, when I was going to high school, like
An afro,
like I said,
yes,
afro.
like in the 70s.
and he would like poof, hit it on the oh my god, and put the chalk. They would freak out.
Wow.
Yeah,
I imagine they'd freak
Big
out.
night.
never get
Rodney
away with
King.
shit like that now.
No, that would be a hate crime.
Yeah,
So the nuns would hit you.
priests would rape you in high school.
What?
They got in trouble for.
That's
Yeah.
why they didn't
you
let me
went
become
to?
an altar girl. There's a priest that blocked me from becoming an altar girl, and I went and I talked to
Are-
Gloria Steinem about it.
Stop it.
It was in the newspaper.
Are altar girls even a thing?
Yeah, they are. They have it at the church that I went to, but after we left. But he was late. The priest that was blocking me from becoming an altar girl was later found guilty of touching the boys, and I was like, oh, that's why he didn't want me there. That's why he didn't want me in the mix or any girls in the mix.
And how you would have the nerve to do that, like considering what you do.
There was a kid in Mount who shot himself because the guidance counselor was like, he was a confused kid. The guidance counselor kept pushing him towards like
Being gay.
yeah, and he blew his brains out. And then he fled to Ireland. He was a priest.
After he was dead? No.
I had
the priest.
The priest, yeah. I had graduated high school already. And late one night I'm watching TV and they're like, Brother Lynch. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, Brother Lynch.
Oh, they got him in Ireland. I was like, holy shit.
Whoa.
And it was after I was out.
Did anybody try to make moves on you?
Me, no. I guess
You were not a cute
I
kid.
wasn't cute enough.
I think they don't do
probably
it
for
to the
the
more
best.
outgoing kids. Like, I think all three of us probably are like, well, no one ever did.
They
Well, I never
find,
went to.
They
But
find
you
the
had
kids.
coaches and stuff.
They probably find the kids that are like going through things and stuff, and they,
The not so like.
yeah.
They don't. I had too many after school activities to be molested, I think.
That's where you get molested,
I was
ask
too
them.
busy.
That's at that. It
Yeah,
literally it
correct.
happens.
Not
They
when
just pull
everybody
you.
else is around. They're not going to do that.
I guess so. Oh, that's so horrible. I was too busy, I think.
Isn't it crazy though that I went and I talked to Gloria Steinem about a take your daughter
How
to
did
work
you
day?
meet
It was a
Gloria
take your
Steinem?
daughter to work day with my aunt, who was some like VP of some company, and she was one of the speakers.
Where did you meet her?
At
in the
a
city?
take your daughter? Yeah, it was in the city. I don't remember what company.
What year?
All right, I don't want to give my age away, but
Ballpark. The early aughts, the 90s.
it was probably in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Gloria Steinem was visiting this company, or she worked?
She was a speaker. It was like take
Okay.
your daughter to work day thing, and then she was talking about like feminism and like, has anyone had an experience where because of their sex they were discriminated against? And I raised my hand and I talked about how
The altar
the
girl
priest,
story.
the priest wasn't letting me become an altar girl. Like it was a big deal at the church. Like other people were behind me. They were like, why can't other churches have altar girls? Like why can't we have an altar girl? And then he was like, you guys can be lectors.
You're
Where
like,
we would have to
"Boo."
read, and eventually I did accept that, and I was
Okay.
like, "Well, I'm not gonna
Like, let me-
do the
let me
song. I
swing the
still,
incense
I still want to do. I do. Well, I would get to read a lecture, like you get to read one of the like readings.
So you have been
Octopus,
making
you could do
making
wedding.
a stink like your whole life. You have been literally making scenes and being a problem your whole life.
He was fighting to be an old.
Well, now I don't hate Gloria Steinem, but she believes that men can be women. So I'm like, wow, you know what?
You wonder if that's how they actually feel, or they just say that because they have to appease their
Even if she's
insane
just
base.
saying that, that's even worse. That's
Yeah.
even worse for someone
Gloria
who is supposed.
Steinem is like one of the queens of what, third wave feminism, second wave, first wave,
The
maybe?
cool kind that was supposed to just be for us to be able to,
Vote.
be able to do,
And that was it.
equal one, have credit cards and
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it was all downhill
and to be able to
after
say that our, I think it was not till 1993 that a woman's husband could actually be charged with raping her. Like women didn't even have consent till 1993. If your husband raped you, you couldn't charge him with rape. It
Well,
took
this
that
is
long.
why you have to put
Isn't
out
that crazy?
regularly so it doesn't resort to
Shouldn't,
that.
yeah, it shouldn't get to that.
And I think,
But you could
I
be
don't
going
think-
through a divorce. There's all different cases where you could have some crazy
right.
monster and he just fucking rapes you.
Yeah, but you married that monster. You should have figured it out earlier.
Chrissie.
I'm not saying rape is okay, but
I think we needed that 90. That's what I'm saying. That's the feminism that I was into, Yeah, we should have those types of right.
No, because I'm big with feminism.
like I think we could take back the women driving thing. I think that was a mistake. I think some women shouldn't vote. Yeah,
I think some people shouldn't.
that's true. A lot of people,
Why is car insurance less for women than it is for men?
because we're better drivers. Okay, well, okay. And by better, I mean we're not as aggressive. We're not going to do road rage unless you're my friend Savannah Hernandez, who did have some road rage in the car with me a few years ago.
I just had somebody with road rage.
That's the worst feeling when you're a passenger with someone with road rage. Like you never knew, you had no idea what you were getting into. You're like, I would not have done this.
Scarier than
You keep hitting
being
the thing in front of you like it's a
completely
brake.
helpless. Like, oh, we're gonna die. I have zero control over what happens here, and like, yeah, you're like, it's always a type A personality that like someone in this situation has to let shit go. Like that's
sometimes
why
you
I've
never saw it coming though. With some
That's
people,
why
you're
I've
like,
never
what?
been in a road rage situation because it's like I am the person to let shit go.
Yeah, I'm always gonna let it
This
go.
guy got in front of my car, slammed on the brake. He got out. I tell you, I just smiled at him.
Locked your door.
So
Made sure your door was locked,
this
right?
was entrapment.
Yeah, he was like,
Was he black?
no.
Damn.
And I was just smiling. And he must
You just want one stereotype to work
Spanish?
out tonight.
Jewish?
just regular white dude.
Jewish. Interesting. And you just
What
didn't
kind of regular
give him
white dude?
anything.
No, I didn't give him none. I just I was smiling at him.
You were like, I'm not
What do
going to
you-
let
like,
this
what do
be
you-
a thing.
Yeah, what do you?
That's what you does know. I'm sure we've all had people that just go crazy and
I mean, if you're doing
Honest
90
for no reason.
and and you will, I'm sorry. What the,
It's always somebody in a Silverado that has road rage. Every single time I've had a road rage situation, it's been a Silverado.
this is product placement right now.
So now Chris is going
Sponsored
to
by
read
Silverado.
the roast joke she
shit.
had for me.
Let's go.
This was what, in 2015?
Yes.
These are 11-year-old roast jokes.
Wait,
Well,
before he reads it, when we saw you on TV, what are the and the roast
That was 2017.
That's what I wanted to know. Okay, so this is 2 years before that,
I guess so.
right?
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
because that was at the beginning of the roasting trend.
Yeah.
This is before the roasting trend really took off. Because I think that was like 2016, 2017.
That was a big day, man. We had the big long day.
It was a big, we had the long table, and it was at, I think,
Those halls.
it was Mount Kisco. Yeah, like
It
a
was
Mount
like a
Kisco,
hall. Yeah.
hall.
And we filmed it, and there was somebody who was gonna mix it, and they erased it.
Who is that? Do we know who deleted it?
That was probably one of those, Westchester people.
All right, let's hear him now. We got
Okay.
the setting 2015, Chrissy.
Let's take us back in time.
First member JC was the roast master.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Right. So I said, I can't say some of these things, but
You can, just
I
not
was
the
like,
N word.
his no, JC was Dominican.
Right. But he made people feel like he was
believe
black.
He was black. Yeah, right. So I said his nose spreads wider than Chrissie Mayr's legs on her first date.
Wow.
That
It's
was
a low
before you
blow.
were married.
Literally. Yes, that's when before I was an honest woman.
Right. Okay. That was you. So I won't give it-
That's a classic, easy female joke to make.
I just bought sluttyturf.com last night.
A lot of people have hinted that you might have slept around a bit. Frank, I'd be cautious. Personally, I wouldn't touch Chrissy's pussy with Chris Robinson's pussy.
That's just so funny because if you knew Chris Robinson, he was
my
kind of
God.
like a short, like meek
Oh my God.
kind
I
of
really
guy.
love that. I didn't
Frank,
have a
so
lot
you
for
were
you.
with Frank.
Oh yes, Frank and I had just started dating.
Yeah, you just started.
And
That's
he was
right.
like,
Bring the
"Come
guy who
roast
just started
me."
dating to a
yeah.
Oh, you want to hear the
Roast
best
me.
part?
So you knew he was
no,
a
he just
keeper.
started
What's the
dating.
best part? Frank's father was at the roast. And I was
Oh
saying,
my God.
Yeah. But that's all I said about you. I don't think I said no. I didn't say it.
Because I'm perfect and there's not.
That's so. I mean, there's always going to be a slut joke for any girl that's in a roast.
so
you could be a
easy.
virgin and it doesn't matter. They're going to say that.
Casey.
Low-hanging fruit.
Casey actually retweeted the joke. He loved it.
You remember retweets from
Of
2016,
course.
15? You remember retweets from 2015?
Remember the weather at his first
Listen,
when he
my
bombed.
brain is, I can't help it.
Working apparently.
Both my parents died of Alzheimer's, so it's only going to work so long. So I might as well use it while I got it.
Man, you should
Well,
just
you're
start
different.
smoking
You're
weed
probably
then.
eating your carrots or doing something.
If you haven't noticed, Casey is an Indian American. So when he asked what time he should be here at, I told him 7-Eleven on the dot.
Now that joke would be 9/11. But wait a second. This
No,
is
the
post
Indians didn't
9/11.
do that.
Never mind.
This was post 9/11.
Oh,
It
right.
was too soon though. Then
Right. And he wasn't Arab. He was Indian.
Yeah. JC, I destroyed the most.
He deserved it.
Yeah.
But look at you and your notes.
the
I
paper
found
is,
them.
is like
Look
in
at
good
your-
shape. Like
Look at your penmanship.
I was the first one to
This
be
is a
able to-
high functioning person. Right
I was
here.
the first one to be able to use pen in grammar school.
in Catholic school. That's a
Really?
big deal. I was
Yes.
telling Fiona about that in Catholic school. It's a big deal.
Yeah, we had to learn script and
Ooh,
all
to be
that.
able to use a pen?
These kids don't even know script.
I don't even know how they do it, how they make it seem like it's the best thing in the world. Like you're going to switch from a pencil to a pen and you just want to be that on that list.
Because like now this shit is permanent. Okay. Like there's no going back from a pen. And the erasable pen, like that's kind of a joke.
Oh,
You're gonna
man, that
rub a
came
hole
out.
to
through
buy
your
a ton of
paper.
those. I needed those
They
erasable
stunk.
pens, Chrissy.
Erasable pens are for losers. It's
And
like
Catholic school people are in
erasable
so
pens
much trouble.
are like non-alcoholic beer, which you also drink.
I loved those erasable pens. Those saved my life in Catholic school.
I cheated on a Verizon test I had the answers. For
Confessions.
worked at
We
Verizon?
just switched over to
no,
confessions.
no, I never.
Another sacrament.
I got busted cheating.
Hold on, you were trying to work for Verizon?
Yeah, it was like, well, you know,
Okay.
a long time ago, and I got the answers. And
How'd you get the answers?
listen, he doesn't.
He's got a guy.
What's my last name? Like around the time.
Come on.
No.
But I got the answers. But I took a pencil.
I've heard
and
of
I
this.
put 1 dot for A, like with a pin.
Okay.
2 dots for B.
Okay.
3 for C. And I would do the first
Like
one,
Morse code.
do a line. 3, do a line. 2, do a
Okay.
line. Around the whole fucking pencil. But I got busted. Like, oh.
Oh no.
He was like, wait, what's this? What's that? I was like, what are you talking about? What's this pencil? I was like, I don't know. I didn't have no pencils.
Music.
bought it
I would
off
have said
some guy
music. That would have been
outside.
my first answer.
Yeah, they were trying to get,
So there were holes in the pencil.
I poked.
That's
poke
really
holes.
smart.
I'd take you to a poker game.
So why were they
You had a
looking at
folding
your
card.
You're like, why are you looking at my
Well,
pencil?
because I was probably stupid and being like,
Staring at it.
yeah,
Wow.
that's all right. I retired freaking how many years ago from the other job?
Good for you're living large.
I want to ask to put my leg on your leg, but you have so much crap. It's like so cluttered.
Glasses, Diet Pepsi. Whoa.
How much
Here's
are
the
the
leg.
glasses?
See, Mary Jane is now known for putting her legs on my
It's
guests.
the third person I've done it to.
Causing trouble.
Are you single, Chris?
Me?
Yeah.
Always.
Are you ready to mingle?
don't have
Mary Jane,
time.
are you
But
single?
this is very no. But this is very casual.
You're not single?
I'm not single.
You're not single?
She's like
Happened.
18 years old. I'm 56.
You don't look it, girl. Wait, you're dating someone?
I am dating someone.
All right, let's see.
Do I know them?
What? No, you don't know him.
How is
But he
this
has
new?
a name that
You
is
don't know him.
But
You don't
is
know
a
him.
name that someone that is his name is Joe Curry, but it's not Joe Curry that is in the scene.
Oh my gosh, it's a different Joe Curry.
Is he Indian?
No, he's a white guy.
Okay.
Smell like
He's
curry?
Irish.
I was nervous for a second. Oh, I love that for you. Are you Irish too?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
too Irish.
Is it how long you been dating?
About 6 months.
Is
You
it
had
serious?
St.
Do you
Patty's Day
see like
together?
do you see it going somewhere?
I do.
Did you spend St. Patrick's Day together?
I can't remember.
Is he a hard worker?
Yeah, he is a hard worker.
Do for a living.
All right, we're not
Is
gonna.
he Irish, like with an accent Irish?
Huh?
Or American
No,
Irish?
he's American.
This.
I grew up all
I had
How'd you meet him?
we had a like when I was 19 actually in bartending. We had like a little summer fling back in the day, and then
Yes. So this
like-
is a reconnect. Matt Mead, who was here on Saturday, met his current girlfriend as a reconnect.
oh, Matt Mead has a new girlfriend.
Oh, Matt Mead has
Let's talk about that instead of my love
Matt
life.
Mead has bounced back. He is having a glow up. He is having a hot boy spring. He is doing it. He is like very happy with this new girl. She came. She brought her sister. They
She's
were
got
here.
a job. She's.
She has an income.
If I put my leg on him, she wouldn't be trying to
I don't
run
think
me
so.
down the stairs and
I don't
chase
think
me.
so.
And
I never know.
She's
that's like
mature.
the New York Lotto over here. Hey, you never know.
Hey, you never know. Wow. Have you had like serious talks with this man yet? Like future talks?
Yeah, we've had some talks.
I like this.
How old are you?
I want to meet him.
I don't want to say.
How old are you?
A lady?
she
What?
gonna
How
say.
dare you ask a lady their age?
Dude, one time some girls said guess,
And you guessed
and I went
over.
way over, and I had to play it off like,
Somebody on the playground the other day, I was like with the bean,
"Ah,
and
it's
somebody
kidding."
guessed my age, but like 5 years younger, and I was like, I'll take it. And I walked away
yeah, forget what I was.
because he was
like,
talking about like the age range of the playground. He was like, "Oh, it's 2 to 12, or." What did he say?
You don't want to hear playground in 2 to 12.
Yeah, the bean is.
I have no idea what's going on. I just transplanted. So I'm like, what are we talking?
I'm worried about the kids.
I don't know either.
Playground and clocks.
2 to 12.
This is some kind of like playground.
This is an important question for you guys. Before we get into our more serious topic, Matt, bring up the which bed are you picking video.
I gotta fix this seat. It's too deep for.
I don't know how strong your guys' stomachs are. Let's make this full screen. All right, watch this, Mary Jane. Volume on.
It's the ergonomics.
Which bed are you picking?
All right, so that's rat.
Say it. Yep, rat. Rat bed.
This AI.
Yes, it's AI.
Oh,
Tarantulas.
Rats. Without never tarantula. I can't even look at it. I can't believe you even put this on.
Number 3, snakes.
Snake?
These are big. These are big, cozy snakes. Maggots? Hell no.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I love the creative mind that thought of this.
Possum.
Oh my god.
I don't mind the possum.
Listen, anyway, you're getting bit. You're getting a disease.
Oh, hell
Cockroaches,
no. Hell no.
Definitely, that's not doing
Hell no. Oh God. Oh,
Just a
flies.
cozy bed.
Too.
Those are
I
flies.
do the flies so far.
What?
What?
Moths?
Oh, I do the
think
moths.
it's not bad. I think
Yeah,
moths
moths,
probably.
yeah.
You know, you would get dusty because they would like rub off on you. But like, what are they gonna
Just
do?
keep
Bite
your
you?
mouth- Yeah, I would do moths.
Because until the moths showed up, I was gonna be
There's
like,
a lot of tension
I'll
there.
do rats
No, I
because.
was going to do flies. You can't do rats because the rats will bite you. You can't.
Well, what if this
Flies
is like
will bite you too.
What if these are like domesticated, like sweet rats?
And
Like,
flies eat poop.
Listen,
are we talking best case scenario here, or just what you would get with like your standard issue bunch of rats?
I also have decision fatigue. Like I thought it was just going to be the two things. I was like,
It's too many things.
rats or
But then you can
snakes
easily,
or like
like,
rats
I can
or.
easily dismiss maggots. I can easily dismiss flies. Roaches is like a big hell no.
Yeah.
For
That's
me.
a huge no.
tarantulas? Look at the
Tarantulas is
Never.
also a big hell
They look
no.
kind of fuzzy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's because they're AI. Who's the fucking one scrolling on you? Shit your pants.
Moths,
Yeah.
are they gonna bite you?
No,
No.
do not.
How do they put
You're-
holes in clothes though? How do
You're
they do that?
probably gonna like injure them more than they'll
Yeah, I would
injure
take
you.
my chances with them.
Yeah, I can kill them all pretty fast.
Like you'll get pretty.
I'm just gonna have no
dusty.
more bed. I'm just gonna kill them all.
Dude, we used to have rats on the construction sites that were the size of cats and
Oh
dogs.
my god.
One guy was like a hillbilly dude. He was like, "Come here, kitty, kitty."
Yeah, yeah.
We
People,
were like,
a lot of people
"Well,
love rats.
That's a rat." He
Rats
was
are
like, "Oh."
smart. They're
Didn't
lab
Conklin
rats.
have pet rats?
Yes, that
I
was
used to have
another
a
joke.
client that had pet rats, and she would really
Remember
talk
his-
about them, their names,
What
what
was
they
your-
did,
what
their
was your rat
alpha
joke?
rats and stuff.
His pet rat died.
He just
Joe
had one.
Conklin. No, Joe had tarantula. He had
Oh
all
god, he had like a whole little
crazy,
like
yeah.
exotic zoo.
And
He
one
had
of his favorite rats
pet.
died.
Yeah,
right before
people get
the
attached to
roast.
their rats.
And then I said, I feel bad for Joe. You know, his rat died. You know, I was like, look, if you ever, if you ever feel like you need a nasty, I forget how I said
Disease-ridden pet.
I said, just call Chris Robinson over.
Ah, they're gonna say me.
No.
Warfare.
That's funny. This was a Chris Robinson heavy roast.
Well, I didn't give him his own thing. I just kept going back to him.
That's good. Oh, that's great. Okay, good. This has been a topic that has been very much trending on the internet lately. And that is because last time, I don't know if it was the last time you were here, but one of the past times you were here, Mary Jane, we brought up the topic, an LGBT related topic, and it didn't end comfortably. But here we are bringing it up again, and that is gay men adopting babies. Matt, if you could bring up that tweet. There's a viral clip here. Scroll it down. Okay, let's click on this Brandon Straka. This clip here of this baby crying. So I guess these like well-to-do, well-known gays adopted this baby, and they're basically joking with the baby, like you don't have a mom. There's no more mom. Let's play this clip. And the internet has been make it full screen.
No. Do you want Dada? You want Pop? No way, Jose. I think. Oh. There is no mama.
Oh,
So sorry. You have Dada. You have Pop. Two choices. No mama.
baby.
No mama. Dada or Pop.
Oh my god. Like aches to watch this. So the internet, a lot of the internet is saying some people are outraged. That's where I'm at. But then other people are saying, well, this baby is too young to even know what mama is. Like if they've never met their mom, if it was like a surrogate situation, the baby's never like known their mom or met their mom. This is the argument some people are making. Like the baby doesn't actually know what he's saying.
But
Well, that part is true because we do sounds, right? We do ma, da, da, like babies just do sound. But what I think we're all reacting to is that baby needs the comfort and the love of a mom, and that he doesn't once take the baby and bring the baby close to him to comfort and soothe, that like how any mother would do. And we see that instinct and that lack of that. And it's just like, you just see like, oh, that baby needs a mom.
Like the second
yes, the baby isn't trying to say mom for a certain mom.
The baby went, like that's a hug right away.
That baby.
How do you not immediately hug this baby?
But like, is this day one of them having it? Like, did they just get him? Where was he before?
If he was a surrogate baby, they got him right at birth. Right. That's what they're talking about. It's like that all these guys.
So the baby knows them like, these are my two dads.
Mm-hmm. That's all the baby knows usually.
But do you think the baby has like still an aching and a longing?
Yes,
for mom?
I do. I absolutely think it's missing especially when you see the baby. He doesn't bring the baby close in the way he's treating him. And it's like, yeah, it's only a man would do that.
Like, no, it doesn't need more fun, more throwing around.
I think all animals and all, including humans, we all need a mother. Not everyone gets one, and that's just the way but to purposely do this is
film this and then post it because like, oh, look how funny you are. Look how hilarious you're being towards this baby.
And most people would never be a surrogate. Like 99% of women would not be a surrogate unless they needed the money. So it is really
so desperate.
So it's really is like
taking advantage of the most desperate.
Yeah. Renting someone's womb and just seeing them as like that. And then there's even ones that don't even allow the woman to hold the baby. I watched one that made me even more sad. It was like the doctor pushes on the woman's stomach. It's like she's just a maker of this baby. Like, and then like she doesn't even get to hold the baby, touch the baby or anything. No contact at all. And what about the baby? So that the baby has been attached to that mother by an umbilical cord that's been
its whole life.
And there's stuff with the heartbeat and the skin. Like that's why I wanted my baby right away to be. I mean, not to be taken away to be clean. I'm like, well, that's fine.
Yeah, put them on. Yeah.
I wanted. So just to think about that is.
You carry like some of the baby's cells stay in your body for like 27 years or something like that. And they actually help fight infections.
I was just reading about that too.
There's got to be a natural thing because how would the baby even know? Mom.
Well, it just sounds. I could see that being like, I understand. That's why my argument back is like, it doesn't matter that he doesn't know what mom is. It's the connection that you're seeing and it's not there.
There's got to be something.
And it's like, look, you're obviously not providing this is a textbook example of how like, this dude,
it's going to be a personality disorder, and
you are not providing what this baby needs.
Yeah, this is how you get a personality disorder.
You just didn't get. Yeah, you become a sociopath because you don't get hugs.
Yeah, exactly, and soothed and
then people say if you can't have a kid naturally, you shouldn't have one. But then they're like, oh, what about adoption? So I don't know.
Well, then there's those two gay men that adopted those kids and then raped them, right? You saw that.
Oh, there's so many,
and there's so many cases of that. So it's like.
Even women could abuse kids,
So what do you think, Chris? Do you think a gay couple should be able to adopt a baby?
I guess so. I don't know.
MJ, I feel like I know what your answer is.
I think that definitely not a baby. I'm not saying that I don't think that they should. I'm not saying I don't think that they could. I don't think most of them are going to rape. Let's say that if we take that out of that out, that they really genuinely want to be parents and they want to be good parents and they want to be connected. I would say not any younger than like 5 years old. And it's a kid that is in a foster care kind of system and would love just to have any kind of parents and consistency and all that. And in that way, I think that would be a good thing.
Like and can be a husband and wife could abuse the shit
absolutely,
out
of course,
too.
That's true.
And sometimes just met in general, or just a dad. I
think in general, they just need to check people out who are adopting kids a lot better.
But there is, it is more the men that are going to do these messed up. Like 90 to 99% of rape it's men. So there is that element too of like having a female.
Women.
Really? Like I liked it though.
Well, it's a trick. there's got to be something natural.
Yeah,
because
after watching this, I'm
the
like,
baby
God.
grows in a woman. And there's got to be a connection somehow.
Now, and like if there was some sort of thing where the woman lived with them for several years and was still in the,
They said he's 9 months old. That's pretty
I'm going to read
old.
this Allie Bestucky tweet. I don't know if this is showing. To
That's
people.
pretty old to be like, they're just,
Yeah.
but you could see it wants connection.
Allie says, look, there are gay men who are kind and supportive dads. There are straight couples who are horrific, abusive
Right,
parents.
of course.
But we need to accept the principle that children should never be handed to two men.
Right.
One, all kids have the right to a mom and a dad. Men and women aren't interchangeable. Thus, neither are mothers and fathers. If you reject transgenderism but accept gay parenting, you haven't figured out that both are justified by the exact same faulty reasoning that men and women are essentially the same.
Right.
Two, as a rule, it's not safe. Statistically, the most dangerous person to a child is an unrelated male living inside the home.
Yeah.
Also, it's unpopular to talk about, but gay culture is largely centered on sex. Handing a baby to two potentially hypersexual men is just stupid. Maternal instinct isn't an old wives' tale. It's a scientific and God-given drive given to women to nurture babies and protect them from harm. We can't keep doing this and wondering why it's happening. Kids' rights trump adult desires.
I so agree with that. And with the maternal instinct, when kids yell mom, even women that aren't mothers always look. It's like there's an
can't
instinct.
not.
There's an
Yeah.
instinct there, and they're like, if your kid is out there and you say there you get lost, like look who you should tell them to look for to seek help is look for a mother who's with her children. That's who your child should seek help from. That's the least likely person that's going to like kidnap them or hurt them, and is most likely and should be the safest of the choices if you're in a position where you need help and your kid and your parents aren't there.
Yeah. I'm reminded of that viral moment. Like remember the guy that kept like a bunch of women in his house, and then like there was this, when she escaped finally, like this young like white girl ended up like running to this black man for help. And then there's a clip of the black guy like, I knew something was wrong with a pretty white girl running to a black man's arms.
I was just watching. I was just rewatching Amanda Berry.
Yes,
Amanda Berry, and her mother died too.
with this dude. We didn't have a clue.
Sylvia Brown told her mother that her daughter was dead, and then she lost hope because they were Sylvia. She said she was watching Sylvia Brown. Amanda Berry would see and was always hoping that her mother would ask, and Sylvia Brown would tell her that she was still alive because they both loved watching Sylvia Brown together.
Wow.
And that so her mother really believed her, and she said she was in the house being like, "No, I'm here. I'm still alive."
Scroll down.
Can you imagine that being a psychic and just like
Finding people and shit.
well, just being such a con man that you just say that.
A perfectly healthy baby boy handed to 2 men at 9 months old, admitted to hospital with injuries 3 times in the next 4 months, 40 traumatic external and internal injuries over 4 months, routinely sexually abused and physically assaulted. This poor baby left with monsters.
So that's why I couldn't be a cop.
Because you would just lose it. Yeah.
There was an old movie with Michael Douglas. It's called The Star Chamber. How they never remade it, I have no idea. It was about a bunch of judges, and they would let people go, then they would go hunt them down and kill them. I like that idea.
Oh my God.
These
Like, I
people-
Well,
can't
what's crazy is that the guys that do
Right.
this then claim that they're women, and then they were in the women's prison, like triggering the women and running shit and getting surgeries and doing all this stuff and getting less time once they identify as women. Like they get less
this
time.
is why I kind of don't think we should let 2 gay dudes have a baby, because
definitely
the point of, well, we should really vet these people thoroughly, but like a lot of times these things don't come out until they have the babies.
Right. They've been
And
just
then
maybe
they abuse.
consuming. I mean, definitely there should be some kind of deep dive into someone's like search history
Because
and
like
porn and stuff.
if they're so hypersexualized and like it's like part of their lifestyle to like do this to adults, and these adults don't report it, well then nobody knows that this is their proclivity until these poor babies get involved.
I mean, even like, do you know who the Iceman was?
I know the good humor
killer.
man.
No, he was a killer for the
a lot of men.
for the mafia. His name was Richard Kuklinski. He was a big Polish guy, and
Couldn't screw in a light bulb to save his life.
he would killed zillions of people. He was just a stone killer. There was one guy.
Killer.
There was one guy that I forget the story if he went to go kill him or something, but there was a bunch of kids in his basement.
What?
So wait, the
Of
killer
Iceman?
guy had also had kids? Or
No, the killer guy.
the guy was found kids.
that this guy had kids in his basement. He killed them.
The kids?
No.
I was like, what?
He killed
Like I
the
have two
guy,
choices right now.
and then he opened the thing, and he told the kids, "Wait, 10 minutes. I don't know what he's, 50. Wait."
Oh, because they to get the body out or something?
No, he was leaving. He was going.
Oh, he didn't want to wait around for the
unlocked it.
kids?
No, he
He had two choices: kill the kids or tell the kids not to ever fucking mention they saw him.
He would have got in trouble for killing the guy.
Why? He was abusing kids.
Do you want to go through that? This guy was
Yeah, because he wasn't there to find that. Yeah,
he didn't want to be.
Oh, right. He didn't want to out
don't
himself.
talk to nobody.
He opened the thing and he told the kids, "Wait 10 minutes,
Wait for me to leave.
then come up and dial 911." And
And
he
then
gave him enough time.
None of the
to
kids
just
have
get out.
watches. They have no concept of time. They don't know what 10 minutes
They
is.
immediately went up there. And
Yeah.
But it gave him time to get out. But I'm saying, like, even a dude that would have no problem killing 100 people, still kids. I mean, come on.
Speaking of kids and speaking of Westchester, how many missing Westchester kids have recently been found? Matt?
How would Matt know that?
Can you look us up? Look that up real
how many
quick.
kids?
I think it's hundreds. I think there's a bunch.
How many
recently?
kids, period?
Yeah, there's all these missing kids that the administration
They've been
and
finding even
Really?
yeah, even Trump's first term they were finding kids.
But there's a bunch of
Wow.
Westchester kids I just heard about,
You know, you don't hear about that.
which is like a nice area. Westchester's a pretty nice area.
No, you'll never hear that. But they found a lot of
43 to
children.
44 missing children and teens were located in Westchester County
That's
during the
just
Westchester
Westchester
Missing
County.
Child Rescue Operation.
There's been more found even recently, so I think,
Wow.
Yeah.
because I was just reading about it the
Where
other day.
were all of them?
I think they were at
Different-
Chris Robinson's
different
house.
If I were going to run away, I'd just go to Ralph's Ices and I'd just hang out there.
Wow. 40-something kid just in Westchester.
Where were they?
Being trafficked. People make a lot of money off these kids.
A lot of money.
Oh, it's so sad. Oh, you have to be a subscriber. I guess we can't read news anymore.
How many kids got at the
Paywall.
border? They lost 300,000
Isn't that wild?
children.
That's so
How the
sad.
fuck you lose 300,000 children?
It's like you're not losing them, you're selling them. 43 missing kids recovered in Westchester County over a 3-day operation. Wow, they were at the Hotel MTK in Mount Kisco.
Wow.
What?
So these like events, like the Super Bowl, like they say, like these events where people are like, yeah, give me some kitties.
Ew, really?
I was on a jury one time for a child molester.
Were you?
Yeah.
And did you say like I'm
He was
racist
you knew he was
against
guilty
child
right away?
molesters? Like,
He molested these kids, and long story short, it was like the lawyers come in to talk to you. And what happened was the kid told the father that the guy molested him, and the father threw him out of the house. Said, "You'll hear from my lawyer." So when the lawyers come in, you could ask them questions.
how old was the kid?
They were little kids. The kids' pajamas were like this because there was all different counts, like forcible intent and stupid people. Well, I don't know if he forced them. I said, "You see the fucking size of the guy out there? Here's the kid." They give you the things. I was like, "Look at his fucking pants.
Yeah.
Look at his pants." And I asked the prosecutor. I was like, "Why'd you pick me?" And she goes, "I didn't pick you for the jury." So the defense lawyer, I'm like, "You picked me?" He goes, "Yeah, I picked you." I said, "Why the fuck did you pick me?" He goes, "Because you're a blue collar worker, you had kids, and I know that you wouldn't have thrown the guy out of your house. You would have killed him." I said, "You're wrong." He goes, "I am?" I said, "Yeah. I would have took him in my basement, I would have tied him up, and I would have fucking tortured him until I felt like fucking killing him. So good job." Because that did bother
And he
me.
was like, well,
Because
well
that
then.
bothered me. How the fuck you let this guy walk out of your house?
Yeah.
You imagine my kid, he molested me. Oh, yeah, get out of my house.
See,
Get the fuck out of here. I'm killing
how do
him.
you throw a kid out of your house? I mean, it's also
Right?
unfathomable.
Because they were yuppies. Like, these
Yeah.
people. You'll hear from my lawyer. Lawyer? Oh, fuck. You'll hear from the embalmer.
So crazy. You'll hear from my embalmer.
Yeah.
Right.
Jeez. All right. I didn't mean to make this so dark,
Sorry.
but I did bring up this topic.
Yes, you did.
Well, I mean, it is a hot topic and it is happening. And
Right. Because then people will make the argument of like, well, what do you say then to like a straight couple that can't conceive? Like, should they adopt? And I'm like, that's a totally different story. It's not like two dudes having like.
yeah, there's a lot of times, sometimes a woman gets a donor egg and then it's still in her body or, you know, like.
Somebody wanted me to be a donor. I was like, hell no.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where they like put it in me?
Yeah. Like,
They want to put in a turkey baster or
They
want
wanted
to
you to
like
donate your sperm.
yeah. I mean, I would have done it.
and they would
That's
have got
called
you
just
for
dating.
child
I think
support.
that's just called dating.
Yeah, no. I was like, hell no.
Was this a friend?
Yeah. You know.
Do I know them?
No.
You want the juice.
I bet I know them.
No, you don't. If you did, I would tell
It was Chris Robinson.
they inserted.
So what did they say to you?
She just like she was getting older and she just wanted, you know.
That's I knew it was going to be that.
kid, and she, you know, and
Some 39-year-old
Put it
woman.
in me. Yeah.
well, she was saying like, you're a good, you know, and you know,
Clearly your sperm works. Look at all your kids.
clearly.
Yeah.
But there's no way I'm having a kid that I'm not, you know.
Involved with.
Yeah, that,
Connected with, yeah.
I would have fucked her too, but
Because what if that kid turns out to be
She
like,
shoulda just trapped
like
you.
Aaron,
I should've-
Aaron Judge? And you're
I
like,
should have faked it. Okay.
yeah. And then just throw water on her face. That's what I imagine men do. Wow.
I never thought.
Yeah, you know Aaron Judge is adopted?
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Wow. So look at Chris Vaccarelli turning down sex with a woman.
Turning down 18 years of child support.
Turned down a lot of.
Turned down a lot of sex. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know.
That's the ultimate.
scared.
That's
Like,
the
some
ultimate,
people are scared.
like high status move is being a man turning down sex. I think.
I thought he was just joking again.
No, I really am not. I was in Vegas. I could have been some. Yeah, you don't know it.
You could have got
These people.
diseases.
I was in Fort Lauderdale for my cousin's birthday,
Whore.
and all his friends very wealthy, and they wanted to go to strip
High
club.
class whore.
I don't drink, so I was driving them.
Not
around.
at all.
Not
Never?
anymore. No, I mean I would. You know, it's not like I'm a recovering alcoholic. I just
You just don't.
so
Yeah.
so I drove them all over, and you know they party. They had tons of money, so we went to the strip club. I don't like strip clubs
Why not?
because it's like
gay?
no, because it's like
No homo.
Demeaning. Because you have daughters.
I don't think that's it.
I had daughters at the time, but no, it's not that. It's like I don't want to look at something. It's like I've seen tits, I've seen things, you know. But these girls were like, this was like a high class place, beautiful women, and this Brazilian woman comes to me, and I'm like, no, yeah. She's like, no.
Oh, I thought you were waiting in the car because you didn't.
No. I went in, of course.
He's not going to be rude.
So this lady comes on, and she's no. Your friend took care of it already.
What did she do?
She wanted to take me in the back room.
3
And
songs.
then do what? Read her.
How many songs did he get?
Read her manuscript to you.
I went back there, and I was
Where the
like,
conversation happened.
and I was like, listen, I lied. I was like, listen,
I have AIDS. I have monkeypox. I'm gay.
I was like,
I
listen.
just got
I said,
rejected
I'm
from a herpes
engaged to be
commercial.
married.
That's even more reason.
I was like, I'm engaged to be married. And you could see she was pissed because God knows how much money he probably. I said, look,
Hold on. If she already got paid, why is she upset? She didn't have to do the work.
because if I said I didn't
That's where
want
the,
it,
like I
she
said, that's
might
where the
have.
conversation happened.
If I went out, I was like, no, I don't want this. She might have had to
Oh,
give
like a
the money back.
refund.
I was
Okay.
like, listen to me. We'll walk out. I'll have a big smile on my face. Keep the money. That was. She was like,
This is
"Suck it,
Italian."
suck it." I was like, no.
Sucky.
Yeah, she wanted. She was like, "I'll suck
like,
your
"Here,
dick."
here's a
I was like,
lollipop.
I don't want to bound. I'm not gonna let you suck my dick either.
Wow, you really didn't want to, and she was beautiful.
Chrissie, if I tell you, I would
He didn't want just like someone that's
one of
just
the most
doing it.
beautiful women I ever seen in my life.
Who would play her in a movie?
Like Selma Hayek, like that, like
What's wrong with
fucking
your
the.
penis, Chris?
There's nothing wrong with it, thank God so far. I never took a pill yet, but I don't know. It's like
You couldn't do it.
With someone that you knew
If
that
I-
wasn't like that. She
right.
wasn't just like choosing you from the.
if I was in a bar and she was like, "Hey,
You're hitting it off.
I'd be like, "What are you crazy?"
And
The
it-
fact
Any
that
other
she
place-
was paid to do stuff to you was a turn
yeah,
off.
plus how many fucking guys did she do that to already? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 56. I never had a VD. I never had a fucking scratch on my balls. Nothing.
Applause button, Matt.
I only got laid 3 times,
clapping
but
for
you
that.
know, no, you know, like, I don't know. Not worth it sometimes.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
No, you're very wise. I hope the young male listeners
You got
are hearing
standards.
this.
You got standards.
No, I don't want to be like a faggot.
Too late. No. That's really cool.
My dad used to call me a little faggot all the time. Did your dad
You know,
do
it'd be
that?
so funny if like
My father used to call me fucko.
you said to
Fucko?
the
I like fucko.
the stripper, like, look, you're not gonna blow me. We're not gonna have sex, but we do have to pass the time somehow. So I'm going to teach you some choreography from my high school cheerleading. And you have to learn it. That's what we're doing. Or like, if it'd be funny if you just subjected her
You're
to
like,
something. Like,
I'm gonna read you some jokes.
I'm gonna read
Some
you.
stand-up.
I'm gonna read you. Yeah, I'm gonna
do a set
I'm
right
gonna do
now?
my type
A
10.
type-
Yeah.
Did you hear about the fucking idiot who turned down a fucking Brazilian stripper that was paid for? by
I still
somebody?
can't get over that woman that said you have a tight ass in her roast of you. Like, how is her saying you had a tight ass?
Ro
Yeah.
Donald had a tight ass next to him.
Because she knew that I was like better than her, so it's like
She couldn't-
on her
she couldn't
mind.
let it go, yeah.
Like she's better looking. She's not like she's
like-
not a fat dyke looking type chick, and like she probably couldn't get over that. Like, and I'm saying that as someone with no confidence.
Yeah, she
Like,
said you were gonna have a husband. She was just being
Yeah, it was compliments galore.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Yeah.
a psychic.
But you know what? That's the roast battling era was so fun. And,
I loved it.
Oh my God. Yeah, there was like a guy, I remember his name was Elon, not Musk. There's another Elon in comedy. Really funny guy, short guy. And he like told a joke, like compared something where he compared me to Garfield. And I had never heard that joke before. And I was like, oh, it was just, sometimes you remember like the really original ones.
Remember Grossi was a teacher at the time? So I was like, if you don't know, Tommy's a teacher. I said, it's no wonder why his semen's like Elmer's glue. It's white, sticky, and usually ends up on the fingers of little children.
I roasted a teacher once. I did a lot of jokes like that too, and he was short. Oh, mixed in.
I mean, it's funny then, but now there like truly is an epidemic of female teachers like molesting their students.
Well, you know that was one of my
bad.
It's always the hot ones too, right? You notice that?
It's bad. There's something wrong with teachers, unfortunately.
Hot for
Yeah,
teacher.
but that's cool for a young man to.
I don't know.
Why not?
Yeah, back in the day, it probably was a cool thing, but I don't know. Matt, did you ever have a teacher hit on you?
No.
See?
I hit on my teachers. I was trying to seduce. All
Yeah,
the
you
teachers.
know what? Now that I think about it,
I was
not
into
that
it. I
ever
didn't
hit
get
on-
any
I had a
takers.
crush on my high school studio art teacher, Mr. Gamache, because he was like artsy. He was like one of the first guys to have like the ear spacers in his ears, and he had like black hair. He was kind of like emo.
Yeah.
But you know, like,
he
I
was
had
hot,
a crush on him
yeah.
because he was like a really good teacher, and he could look at your work like as a stupid high schooler and say, "Oh, your style. This reminds me of like a Botero. This reminds me of like a Botero.
Wow.
Your style it reminds me of this amazing artist who's like, you know." Legendary. Go look at their work and be inspired, and like that made
That's so
you feel
cool,
like really
yeah.
seen and like really special. You're like, oh wow, like you're actually giving a
women
shit.
compliments. That's all. Just give women compliments.
He was very thoughtful, and that's why I had a crush on him. But like, it wasn't like not sexual at all. It just was like, oh, I just really looked up to him. I thought he was really cool, and it was like the good attention that like I wasn't really
Right,
getting from my
right.
dad. So classic. And then there was also like we had a theory of knowledge teacher he was cool. He was like funny, but that was it. No teacher that I would consider like physically getting with.
Yeah.
All my women teachers look like Chris Farley. Like none of them.
That's how it should be.
Yeah,
So you can
yeah,
focus
yeah.
on the task at hand.
Yeah.
It seems like it's often like these little 28-year-old teachers, 27. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they get seduced by these teenage boys.
We'll be watching. We'll be keeping an eye
That was
on
my
the
whole
story.
bit.
Teenage boys got a lot of moves, you know.
My kids begged me to stop doing that bit about the teachers with the kids.
Really?
Yeah.
They said no more, daddy.
Have they told you to stop doing a lot of bits? Are there a lot of
Just
jokes
that
that they
one.
don't like?
Daddy.
Just that one.
What's the bit?
I forget. It was like I don't do it anymore. I saw an article. A teacher had sex with 6 of her students, aged 11 to 14. So where the fuck were these sick bitches when I was going to school?
Okay,
And then I
something
go
like
into the
that.
whole thing about
And your kids were like,
how much more we would have.
Gross.
Yeah. Well, I only had one lady after a show. I think I filmed it, so I was back getting the thing down, and she's coming straight for me. I'm like, oh boy, either good or she's like, no, you shouldn't do that. I was like, it's good. It's so stupid. It's like, you think I'm really molesting children?
Has that happened to you a lot? Like you get complaints?
No,
after
that was
shows?
the only
feedback.
Yeah.
that was the only time
Feedback.
anybody ever had a problem with that.
Yeah.
MJ, did you ever get any feedback after a show?
Oh, totally. Everyone loves to tell a woman.
Men or women?
Huh? No, just men and women.
Did you ever get a card written out?
A card?
At Ha Comedy Club, some woman wrote a card on me. She was like, he talked about
Comment card.
he
Comment
talked
card.
about Hillary Clinton's pussy. No.
At least somebody is. Yeah.
Dare they.
Yeah, that was a complaint that I talked about Hillary Clinton's pussy.
Oh my God.
Did not like that. 0 stars.
Will not return. Yeah, like people are stupid. Like, I'll never come back to this club again because I didn't like this one comedian. They just don't understand.
After a 3-drink minimum.
Yeah. Call back.
That's a high. That's 3 drinks.
It's because there were 3 of us. Mm-hmm. It was clever.
But was it a 3? Was it a true
It was
3-drink
me.
minimum?
It was Frank.
But was it a
JC.
3-drink minimum though? The
To do
custom.
the podcast? Actually, we did often drink on the show.
Oh, okay. I thought you also had a show like that people paid to come see. It was called
no,
3
no.
Drink,
It
and
was
I thought it was
just
like
a
3 drink
podcast.
minimum.
that was the podcast.
It was our
all
first
right, that's
podcast.
fun. Yeah,
It was
gotcha.
2015.
And who left first, Frank?
I think so.
Sinking ship. He gets right off of it.
And then I was like, oh God.
You're like, let me anchor myself to you.
I'm over this, but I'm also like not a quitter. So I was like hanging in there.
And then they were trying to find a replacement. Remember, he had a couple shows.
We
with
have some
different people.
auditions. They took some.
Oh my
some
gosh, that's right.
And I was on
had
the
some open
one-
auditions.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was on the one with the cop.
Bill Cannon,
No?
Mark DeMeo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how he didn't eat pussy. So we were like,
Really?
I love how you were going to bring it back to eating pussy.
You really
Somehow-
remember everything. You're like an elephant.
Yes, I do.
You keep circling back to the
Anything
eating the
pussy related, Chris will remember.
Yeah, pussy, I remember everything. But he didn't eat pussy. So we were just all
Yeah, that's
getting on.
That's
And then
a fact I'd remember too.
I said something like, I'll eat pussy.
And you're like, what are you, a black dude?
Yeah, I was like, I'll eat pussy for an hour. I've eaten.
With a
What are you,
knife and-
Puerto Rican?
You'll sit down with a knife and fork.
Was he Puerto Rican?
Yeah, something.
That's weird. Yeah,
Yeah, I have a good read. I just knew it.
he didn't eat pussy. And then I was like, what are you, crazy? I said, I eat pussy for 40 minutes, an hour. And he's he's like, oh, bullshit. And I was like, no, really. And there was a girl that JC knew that
a chuckle
that I
fucker?
hooked up with.
Little chuckle fucker.
So,
And was
Like,
she like,
I'm gonna sit on your
justify?
face.
so JC was like, no, I believe Chris, this I believe. And he's like, no. He's like, Chris, should we do it? I was like, fucking do it. And we called her up. And she was like, and then
That's
JC was like,
hysterical.
let me ask you something.
Oh my God. Did she know she was on speaker?
No, at first he told I was on a pay phone or something. And then
You have
but,
a pre-dozen roses. Who do you want to send them to?
but then we wound up, she knew we were on air because then JC started talking. So JC was like, how was Chris as a lover? She's like, yeah, he maybe, come a few times, He was like, what about eating your pussy? Like, did he, oh yeah, like an hour.
Put in a
Wow.
You put in a lot of time, but you only a couple.
And I think that was a very high, for some reason,
Episode?
viewed show.
Yeah.
And then that's when
Quantity over
That's when
quality.
I came on with the Rossi over there.
You're there with like one of those neck braces after people get into a car accident. You're like, an hour.
Moving the jaw. Doing the rockabato exercises. The rockabato jaw exercises.
What's that?
It's an Italian guy that came up with some jaw for TMJ. They're called the Rockabato. Actually, you can look them up in the chat if you have TMJ.
I've heard of
They'll help you.
Rockabato's Modern Life.
You put the tongue behind your two front teeth and you do a bunch of like movements with
What's
your
that
jaw.
supposed to do?
It stabilizes the jaw and helps it move together. Just a little
I don't believe
physical
you.
therapy for you. Well, look it
All
up.
right, you're a physical therapist. I always forget.
She specialized in the TMJ for a while. But isn't that funny? It's an Italian guy.
Italians.
That's probably what happened.
Built everything.
He was like, he got TMJ from eating too much pussy.
You discover everything. I'm in the country.
International.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this was so much fun. Tell the people again, Chris, where they can follow you, any of your other shows coming up, other than this Saturday at Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, that's it. Be good for the year, maybe almost.
Follow
So
Chris
it's a
on
limited,
Twitter. Yeah.
limited experience.
It's a special experience. MJ, where can people follow you?
All right. You can follow me on X at Ho Things Girls Say. I've been blowing up on TikTok lately, and just 2 weeks I've gone viral on a bunch of videos, and that's Turf Talk Truth is the main account, and then I got Turfy Talk and
Why don't
Turf
you make
Talk
all
Truth
of your
2 backup.
handles the same?
Well, those have to be backup accounts, so they couldn't be the same.
Okay.
Right. So it's just like the different.
But why don't you make them the same across all platforms? What do I know?
You want to have a branding meeting
I do.
with me. Okay. And then also on Instagram, MJ Murphy Comedy. And then YouTube, Mary Jane Murphy. And watch the Gender Files, episode 12 coming soon.
Ooh, I love it. I love you both. You're both so funny. I'm blessed to know you both. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much to the chat. Some of you were good. Some of you were lame.
Was there
You know who you
any
are.
super chats?
Were there super chats? Did we ignore them? Oh, you guys are fucking cheap.
Wow.
Wow.
You
I don't think
guys.
that's ever happened.
I would have taken off my
Maybe
shirt
they
if
were
somebody
just
gave you $100.
so engaged with the conversation they didn't
That's what it
even
was,
think.
yeah.
I didn't even think. Let me throw $5 on this amazing content.
Yeah. It's okay.
And we're gonna
Do
put
it.
you're gonna put it behind a paywall.
Sometimes we do it for the love of the game. And everyone, of course, like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube or Rumble.
Smash that bell.
Smash the like button. Smash the notifications. Who else is coming up? Matt, who's I sent you a schedule. I'm gonna just bring it up. Ba, 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 bum, 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 bum. Monday, May 4th, we have Glenn Miller coming into
I'm
the
so
studio.
mad. I'm gonna be in Florida.
Oh, and then Thursday, May 7th, we're having Joe Curry, not your boyfriend, the Long Island
Maybe I
comic,
should come on.
will
with
be
him.
here. Oh, yes, maybe we should. That'll be great. And we're working on booking more people in the meantime. Wow. Thank you, Zato. Zato coming through with the 20, just with yay.
Yay.
Appreciate you, Zato. Good. Love you
At
all.
least you got $20.
Yes. We'll put that in the diaper fund.
What's that? $7 an hour? Or something?
Thank you guys for watching. Love you all so much. And we will see you all next time. Bye.